Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh god, it's gonna yell at me. Hold on.
All right. While we check this, I'm gonna hit the intro, and this should now hopefully
All right, give it a
be
second.
up
Yeah,
and
it should
running.
take 20 seconds.
Yep,
Something's
it's up and
twitching.
running
Oh,
now.
there we
I
go.
see my face.
There we go. So we'll run the intro, and then we'll be right back.
Crop that out later.
No,
Or like
we
the
keep that
published
in.
version.
We keep that in. We go live, damn it.
Which part? Which part should we be
Just-
cropping out?
Just the section before we start the intro.
No,
Okay.
we're doing this live, damn it.
All right. Well, thank you for anyone who does watch us through this. We wanted to try to do something live. We're hoping it works well. We're gonna see. Luckily, if it fails at any point, you can just hop over on Twitch and watch them talk about it whenever it happens. But we're gonna give this a shot and hope that everything goes well. Yeah. Oh, exactly. I had to do the intro first because we had to do things right. Although I don't know how to time that well. So when we release something later, we're gonna clip that nicely. But for now, this is what we got. We actually now think about it, we've all been on camera before at this point. So
Well, this is the super secret Steve sneak preview because I have not been on yet. We recorded
No.
on Sunday, but
Okay,
That's
I
that's
swear.
not out
Hold
yet.
on.
yes, no, that's not out because I have been away, so I haven't actually fixed or worked on anything in the last
I'm gonna
3 days. Oh, I no, actually, that's a lot. I did put out the Conquest battle report that Dan and I did, but for the
Yes.
one that we did for this, so what we did, we recorded two 30K battle reports that day. We're gonna release them one after the other. I'll release the first one probably a couple days later, or later in the week I'll release the second one. What happened with that, what we're trying out is in the screen, we're going to have like an overhead sort of camera, a little bit of an angle, but an overhead. We're going to have a dice roller, and then we recorded some stuff off the phone that we're going to have in the side, and we're going to see how that works. And then if it works well, we'll stick with that. If not, maybe we can swap out some cameras. I'm still messing with learning OBS, and the more we learn, the smoother things and the nicer things will look. Like this way I don't release videos in 4:3 anymore. Because our video
my
for
God.
Conquest is actually 4:3, so I stretched it.
Which is such a weird aspect ratio in the first place.
It was the problem is we needed to set a scene in OBS, so now we'll have one set. So now it'll be set to 16:9. For some reason, when we opened it again, it just wasn't, and my phone didn't preset to that originally, and I don't know why it didn't.
What's the aspect ratio going to be?
16:9 is the one you normally look at.
Yes.
4:3 is like old CRT TV style with the snow and everything like that.
I'm trying to find the picture because I know that the chat goes slower. The guy said I want to see the white scar pics.
It
I'm trying
doesn't
to find
exist.
no. I'm trying to find the one picture. There it is. Okay.
But how
So
can we
this is
even? How do we even
okay.
know if it's yours?
Let me see. I don't know if you could see this. Let me see. It's
Okay,
hard
that's just
to.
a picture from
Okay,
off the
so-
internet of some
No,
guy's
no,
white
no,
scars.
no, 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 no. So this is the
Maybe,
only
allegedly, you
picture-
were in the room.
No. Hold on. Let me explain. This is the only picture I have of them ever, right? Because I
Yeah.
deleted them when I sold them years ago. And the reason I have this picture is because we were playing in Maplewood and like the dice landed like this, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome. I'm taking a picture. But these, let me see if I can. And you know how you could tell because these were Brett's old what were they called? He did remember the whole wood Eldar? Remember that from years ago?
Yes, I do remember.
Yes,
We
that
did,
was the wood Eldar.
What's the
What
name
was-
of
I'm trying
their really big Titan for Eldar? Why can't I think of the name?
Phantom Titan. Phantom?
Yeah,
Yep.
he did a Phantom with like wood branches and all of that
But
throughout it.
but that being said, these were the white scars that I painted them desert color scheme,
Hmm.
right? And where's there's an attack bite somewhere in there. Oh, there
I'm
it is.
sure there is.
And there's this attack bite, right? So it was my first 30K army. And look, you can even see more. There's my librarian actually, because I remember I painted him blue. Hold on, right? Wait, hold on. They go this way. There we go. I know it's kind of blurry, but that's the librarian right there. And blue with a big power axe.
The only thing more blurry than that is fucking pics of Sasquatch running through the woods.
No, and then you know what? Dave, you probably remember this army. Remember I put like wings on them, the Blood Angel wings on them?
Honestly,
I don't know,
I
man.
really don't. But
I don't know, man.
that's not on you. That's on the fact that I have a terrible memory.
And it sucks because
you
I remember
know.
selling them, and of course you took pictures, but I deleted those pictures because that was back when before I had an iPhone. So this is like when I had remember the flip phone I used to have.
Yeah.
So I couldn't save pictures, so I never saved the sale thing. So that's literally the only picture I have of them left. And it drives me up the wall because I actually have an old Daka Daka article from like 2012 or 2013 describing the army, but I think it was Photo Bucket. All the Photo Bucket links are broken.
Oh yeah, Photobucket completely shat itself, and
Yeah.
now like a
Yeah.
third of the internet's just missing now.
Don't swerve too far. We might see what we don't
I
want to see.
I agree.
Um,
I used to always also get rid of like pictures from armies that I sold, but I stopped doing that now because I realized like a few of them, like I wish I had more pictures of my ogre's army because I did get
It's a
rid of it.
portfolio. It's a
Huh?
portfolio of your past work. You see where you've
Yes.
been and where you're going
yeah.
as a hobbyist, even if it's not yours anymore. It's
To
a
be
a
fair,
project you
yeah.
worked on.
To be
Absolutely.
fair, I started saving like the Gritzy one that I sold. I know that's going back in time.
Oh,
I even
yes, it
forgot what the
is.
name of the game was. What was the name of the game? We had
Oh, I
Gritzy. It
knew it
had the
right until you
Cthulhu
said it.
dudes. Yeah, hold on. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me up the wall. It was like Gritzy. It what had
No, I know, I know.
the
Kings of, no, not Kings of War.
Wrath of Kings. Wrath
Wrath
of
of
Kings.
Kings. I knew it had Kings in
That
the title.
I see. Yeah. But if you, by the way, to the person saying, "Oh, don't swipe right," we there are things. To, I don't know. That's my next picture.
Kitty
What
cat.
is? Oh, your cat.
That's a very suave cat.
So this is, oh my god, he was the cat that died. Actually, I had him for 3 years, and he's the one who's like, but it was the one that actually I got shingles from because I was
Wait,
so
cats can give you
stressed out.
shingles? Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
No,
I
no,
I
thought
no.
the
was
cat gave you
so
shingles.
heartbroken. I was literally my immune system. I was so stressed, so heartbroken, so depressed that I actually developed shingles from the level of depression from losing the cat because I treat him like my son. And then we got Rosie, the brown cat,
Yeah.
and we found her in the garbage a year later. And we were gonna turn her in to the vet because we didn't want to keep another cat because Jackson dying was such a horrible thing. And she's still with us 5 years later, enjoying our food and our bed
I
and
mean,
scritches.
it's the kind of thing of, the best way to, and honor a past pet is to show that you still have care
Yeah,
and compassion for, other animals because your
and
pet
she's
wouldn't want that for you.
and she's so funny because she is a street cat, right? But she's like a very good house cat, which is very weird.
Yeah.
But she's a street cat, so it's funny. She sees Kennedy. Um, so the whole point, first of all, let me starting. So Jackson died. It was a year. I was completely in shatters. We still had Kennedy, which was our first pet, but I don't know. Jackson, for some odd reason, was like it's hard to explain. Jackson was like the cat I bonded to. It's just hard to explain. So a year
That makes
later,
sense.
we were in our apartments. We see a dumpster, um, and we hear meowing, and it was a cat, and she was really friendly, and we were feeding her, and we are like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put her in a cage. We're gonna take her to the vet, deworm her, deflea her, and then give her to the vet, and the vet will adopt her out, right?
Yeah.
And the vet calls us. I was at work, and she goes, "Listen, I'm just telling you right now. I had to like take the blood work real quick." And I'm like, "Oh crap, is she like violent?" Or I think it goes, "No, no, no. This cat is super friendly. It keeps rubbing up against me when I'm trying to take blood, and she doesn't understand the concept of like calm down. I don't want cuddles." So I'm like, "Oh, this is like a super friendly cat. Okay." So we took her home, defleed her, did everything, and then like I remember it was like a week later, and she meets our cat, and he's cleaning him, and we're like, "Okay." Maybe we should just introduce her to another cat and like,
Yeah.
no, that was it. And then 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. At that point, like a month later, you're like, God damn it. We got to come up with a name because we're keeping the stupid cat. And so she's a street cat. She doesn't understand the concept of certain things. So like Kennedy will head bump you, but softly, because that's what cats do to spread their smell. They like rub their head against you.
Yeah.
Rosie, seeing Kennedy do this, will take her head and just like, and smash her head into you
Meanwhile,
as
she's
hard
giving
as
you a Glasgow kiss.
yeah.
That's great.
She thinks that's what she sees. It's the funniest thing. It's super adorable.
Uh,
Um.
Steve, Byron wants to know how many models you have left.
Oh
I
yeah.
just noticed
So
that.
I have
You
two.
mean like for this weekend?
Yes,
I
two.
got you beat.
Um, remaining, and then I have to rebase the five. This paint pen has saved my life. Oh my god.
Is it a so? What did you use? Is it like a normal paint pen?
So it is a paint marker pen, extra fine point. It's fine enough. It's not
Okay.
super fine. It claims 0.7 millimeter. I'm getting like twice that thickness, but it's fine. It's a water-based acrylic ink. And it's working all right.
I see.
It's not giving me the exact same finish as my previous models had, but this is so much faster. I don't care.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
For anyone who's
see.
wondering, my current
Um,
project is a bunch of recon slash seeker marines for Horus Heresy using the
Mhm.
rogue trader salamander schemes. So he's got that crazy stripy yellow and like that green black camo. And the first five took me forever. It was like a day to finish a single model. Now it's like 30 minutes.
I've seen people do paint pens with Titanicus, like to do the
Oh, for the
trim.
trim? Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's next purchase because I've only been waiting. When did Titanicus come out?
for
Takes 6 months away from that. That's how long I've been waiting to do my
Yeah.
trim.
yeah. Velociraptor S doesn't start in like 30 seconds. No, it actually is supposed to start at 11. They might start a little bit of a pre-show. That's what I'm going to keep an eye on. And we'll swap over whenever they actually do. But no, they're actually supposed to start at 11. We started early because we didn't record anything else this week. So this was at least another way to get some other recording out. Because I've been away at my parents' for the last few days.
And I've been slaving away at work, sadly. Ugh.
Yeah. And painting because I didn't get nearly enough done.
I've
Yeah,
been
I have two Scorpius
painting-
left to do. I have my Leviathan, my Armatos. Oh, and three saber tanks.
I stopped
A lot of
painting
armor.
because all I had
Yes.
I did my sister's stuff for free, like the mushroom dragon, which I really do. I know I got to do the eyes. If she gives it back, I'll take them. All it is a marker and like a thin marker and do the eyes. 'Cause that's how I did it with the demon Kabanda, and it came out well. I used the Kim's. Kim has a paint marker essentially.
Yeah.
Um, but I have the nine brutes. No, sorry, six brutes. It's the Myrmidon Therodons from Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, it's the counts.
I still have the Forge World here. I got my camera. Still
You do
got.
have a full camera.
Yeah, I was gonna say now I have a webcam. I don't know if you could see it. So those are ignore the Orion quote unquote on the table.
You need the Quinjet, sir?
The Quinjet now. But do you see the size? One second. So yeah, I have the Orion, I have the Ares, I have those six Myrmidons off to the end, and then on the bottom, I have that Demon Forge World, the Angrath or Angry or whatever the hell his name is. And then I do have a custodian that I got 3D printed, which is pretty
Custodian.
neat. Well, no, because I saw it, and honestly, now that I'm looking at it, it looks more Emperor's Children, so I might just give it away as prize support.
Okay.
It's only like $15, $20 charging.
The Emperor's Children got their obsession with Blink
Well,
from somewhere.
Here,
It's
let me
probably
see.
from
I'm
the
not sure
custodians.
how well this is going to come out. Maybe if I do
Okay.
this, I'm like, put
Now,
a hand. No,
now remind me because it's been a bit since we've done it. For the predictions, did you say you wouldn't buy a Custodes model?
I wouldn't buy Custodes model that they have currently.
Ah, damn it.
And they
Anything
have
that
not-
had released by January
I want to
was
point out
off the table.
Yeah, hold on. Which I want to point out. Look at the top there. Let me see if I can get a good image here. Hold on. There we go. There. Let me get my finger. Those boxes were purchased before that bet. Those two custodian guard boxes.
They were probably purchased like the day of that morning. He's like, I know what I'm going to say. Let me go buy these guys.
Here's the sad part. They've been up there for like 2 months. I know what I'm doing with them. They're going to be header on guard with remember the claw that I bought, Left Curan's claw?
Left. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
left. So there's going to be 10 of those with the claw and the shield, right? Because those are going to be the power claw and shield, right? The problem is I need 10 capes. Actually, I need so there's 2 boxes up there. I need 8 capes because that's how I do my header on guard. I put capes on them. No one is selling capes on eBay, and all the people that are selling them for like $8 a bit. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not spending $64 on capes. Yeah. So that's the big problem.
Here's the problem, Dan. You gave away your position. Now everyone's going to jack up the prices, knowing that you're desperate for capes.
No, I'm not done.
I'm not simple supply and demand. You should know that.
They're going to short it now. Good luck.
But here's the print. I don't know how well. This is actually what I can do. It's stupid, because we have technology now. Here we go. I take a light and I shine it on me, and then I do this. Oh god, my lips are so pink. That's too much light. There we go. So like this is what he looks like. I don't know how well that's going to come out. Probably comes out like crap.
It's not great over here on Zoom. I can only imagine what's happened after it's shrunk down and put on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
because keep in mind we're a small little piece to the side. Because I don't want to I don't want to try to mess with 15 different
it
windows.
looks cool. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. And it's pretty tall. Like you know what it is? You know what weirds it out? You know Games Workshop has like chubby models, like their proportions are kind of weird.
Yeah, the heroic scale.
Yeah, this is more like
True scale.
True scale, and so the proportions are much elongated, which makes sense for a custodian, but it just looks more. Oh, I might just paint it.
Taught yourself into that one.
I'm probably just gonna paint it. Might as well. I bought it. Oh, and by the way, the 10 custodians up on the shelf, they already have nameplates. I don't even know where they are. They're over there.
Surprised.
Yeah, they already have nameplates. They're already ready to go, which is hilarious. But of course, lo and behold, I just haven't gotten to it because I want to get them with the capes.
Well, that's. I mean, we all have stuff we're working on and stuff we should be working on. Yes.
Question, Dave.
I'm listening.
Does buying bits from existing Custodes kits count as buying existing Custodes models?
Actually, it does.
I would say okay, good. You made my argument for me because if I was losing when we do that at the end of the year, I was going to make that argument.
I would say it does. So yeah, I can't buy capes until January. So that makes the decision much easier. Well, actually, let me check eBay now. Maybe.
I had to wait till January. Let me see what eBay has.
Yeah, listen. Okay, listen. If I'm going to lose the bet, I'm going to lose it. Custodian
in style.
Exactly.
Custodian's
cape. Oh, it's the same bit sellers. Yeah.
Someone else will put it up at some point.
Well, someone's selling a Blade Champion cape for cheap. No, Blade Champion doesn't fit, sadly. And the Warden cape. Yeah, it's just the Alaris booty capes. Damn it. It's literally just the Alaris booty capes that they're selling.
It's okay.
That someone will have one up at some point. You have plenty of other custodians.
Well, worst case, you just buy 5 boxes of Custodes for the 5 capes.
No, I need 8. So I need
8. That's what, 40 custodians?
Yeah.
Wait, is there only like one cape a box?
Yeah, because there's only 5 custodians a box.
Because
so you're supposed to build
the box builds.
Yeah, go burr. You got to print some capes.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's your best option.
I wonder if there is a printer version for
of those. Absolutely.
Who made that comment? Now you're going to make me look at. God, damn it, Raptor! Now I got to look at 3D Colts.
You got that one backwards. Colts 3D.
Or Colts 3D, yeah.
Colts 3D. Thingiverse, but Thingiverse is really hit and miss nowadays because they have the great big purge and they're citing the GW on IP stuff. There's a couple gems in there, like
I know they don't do. I think it's Space Janitor.
Like they have the evil dwarf guys now that strangely Colts does not have on them.
Oh, that looks cool. Oh.
Okay. Well, Dan freaks out about that. All right, so you don't have that much left to do, Steve, for that. So for anyone who's not to our local sort of New Jersey / although this event is New York that we're talking about, that's what we're currently working towards because we have that on Saturday. Non-Adepticon related, I don't know if the intention was for it to be Adepticon weekend / hey, here's something cool for everyone who can't go to Adepticon.
So I give a little bit of insight into that as the event coordinator at the store.
Yes.
So we had multiple people that wanted to do Heresy events between February and March. But February, there was not a single Saturday they did not have like a huge card game event that were taken up like more than that side of the room. Like they were big events.
Yes.
So in order to accommodate our very large footprint Horus Heresy events, one of which has a 32-foot long board, we shrunk it down to 28 for fire safety reasons / I ran out of tables. And the other one, which is a 12 table event, we said, okay, so we can't do either of these in February. Like every Saturday is just bad. We put one the first weekend of March, one the last weekend of March. And while they're still kind of close, at least they're on opposite ends of the month.
Okay.
And it just so happens that it's also Adepticon weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Raptor.
There was
I was going to say, speaking of printers, how are you getting models?
Yeah,
it took me 3 weeks to get a Land Raider. Yeah. Who wanted the Thunderhawk, Steve? And it's like,
oh, my poor friend Gavin.
Yeah.
He's been trying to get a Thunderhawk for Aeronautica for the last, no joke, 6 months or so.
I want to say Maplewood has one.
They did for quite a while.
I didn't buy the one
very
from
long
Maplewood.
time.
I didn't buy the one from. I think it has two actually.
It did
Apparently
for
in
quite
Australia,
a
there's a guy waiting like 12, 14 months now.
while.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
we're talking about the aeronautic
insane.
one, the little one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The plastic one.
Yes. Uh, we're, it's been hit and miss. We've been somewhat lucky at some points getting models pretty quick. Although the bikes haven't come through the shop yet either. Partly because for Maplewood, the guy who normally orders them, I don't think he ordered them at the point because the distributor wasn't like talking about it. The GW rep, they kind of like they were put. I think part of it is the GW reps kind of push the 40K real hard, and they don't necessarily know a lot of the other stuff. But like we were able to get the Typhons in first day. We got a bunch of those. But the bikes we don't currently have. Yeah, we haven't been able to get our hands on that.
We even get. I don't think even Toy Was got jet bikes.
Yeah, I don't know.
So here's what happened with the jet bikes. Okay.
Okay.
The stores allocated a single box.
Oh.
We had multiple people order 2 boxes. Luckily, we don't take money until we have product in hand. So what we do is we go, okay, we order as many as we can on the phone. And then to meet the number of pre-orders people request, we order additionals through the online store. The online store had a limit of 3 per order.
Wow.
So we were able to get 4 jet bikes before the price hike.
I did not realize it was that like heavily allocated. I just knew we didn't get them in, and maybe that's why the guy wasn't talking about it. Because I know I know for some of the 40K boxes, what they did was like week 1 was allocated, like you got 1, like the Cadia box was like, hey, 1 first week, but then after that, hey, now you can order more. So they kind of opened it up. But
what really bothers me is that the store gets 1 box.
Yeah,
any old person online could get 3.
Yeah, that's garbage. That's a little pile of garbage.
So I'm a little salty about that. Not gonna lie. But yeah, so we were able to get our pre-orders done, but then nothing else for bikes.
Yeah, I haven't seen those. I mean, luckily I'm usually around the early day of when something comes in, so if I do want it, I can get it. Although, for some of that stuff, I'm at the point like I'll wait. I got too much other stuff anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. What are you predicting is going to be revealed?
Yes. Okay.
Whoa, I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say maybe they dropped the lion. I have this weird feeling.
If they drop
in 6 mil scale.
No. If they drop who is the stupid Space Marine Dark Angels like leader? Asmodeus? No.
Azrael.
Oh my god. Azrael. They're gonna drop is there a new Azrael print or no?
Not that I've seen, no.
Is there a Primaris version?
No, they just got whoever was in the box set with the Bash Tour is all they got so far for Primaris versions.
Okay, so
right? I think so.
Yes.
I fell so behind my 40.
I'm just saying it'll be funny if he doesn't have a Primaris version. I would laugh so hard if it's the Primaris version of him and not the lion.
Well, here's the thing though. Why would they do the line? So I don't think they're going to announce 10th. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think they're going to announce 10th because they do their own special days,
spicy.
And I think they want to wait for that. Why would they do it now? If they do maybe a trailer at the end, be like, yeah, 10th's a thing, and then they like close out. I think you might get the lion as like the last second teaser, because why would they do it now? Like, I mean, okay. Everyone, hopefully a lot of people know there's a lot of rumors going around that they're going to be announcing Epic.
Oh my god, please no.
It's only been like 6 years of Epic.
I don't have the resources.
Yeah.
Please, GW.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it's kind of like seems to be going all over the place now. That like that's going to be a thing.
GW, please.
We'll see that.
Give me a break, please.
Don't worry, there won't be custodies on launch.
No. I am worried that because some of the things that people have said, like, oh, it's going to be like 30K focused. I'm worried that that's the 30K we're getting. I want to see. I don't know what else. 30K wise, what are we going to say? Another vehicle? Yeah.
No. It's not going to be a vehicle. It's going to be a javelin. That way, they could say, "Hey, look, it's a toughness value model, not an armor value model, but it's still not infantry."
Because they just gave us the spoiler resin upgrade. I don't know if it's actually been released yet, but they showed that. So they're not or Salt Marine kit stuff.
Yeah.
They're not going to do those then, because why would you do this ahead of time? What
I'm
else?
gonna. Someone said, and this is gonna be spicy salt, and I cannot wait to just eat
That's
popcorn
definitely
on the
not fun.
Facebook groups. But I think they're going to release, because this is what the rumor was. It's not going to be normal epic. It's going to be Horus Heresy epic,
That's totally what I
and
said.
that's well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yes.
and it's not.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. Real quick. Oh, they dropped the new Azrael box in the new box. So there is a new Azrael. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
And
okay. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't.
yeah,
I can't. I keep up with 40K to a decent extent, but I can't keep up with the boxes they keep putting
and
out.
also Lion, or sorry, Velocity. We saw the Lion trailer, but GW has done this before, where they're like Plastic Thunderhawk being the most recent in memory, where they said like, "Oh, here's a Plastic Thunderhawk,"
No,
and then it was like,
I think it's legitimate. I think it
I think
will
it's. Like,
be,
I'm hoping. I'm
but
99%, but
I don't think they're going to do the new edition of 40K announcement here. Not
okay.
officially, not
Okay.
Okay.
not showing the
So,
big stuff. Like maybe
last
they
time we got
show
a
that
Loyalist
he's a thing.
Primarch. Last time we got a Loyalist Primarch, we got a new edition of 40K.
Yes.
But the focus was on that chapter. I mean, it's Ultramarines. Of course, they got the focus. The trailers pointing towards 10th edition have had Ultramarines Terminators. So maybe
Okay.
it's not 10th edition in those trailers. Maybe.
It might
I
not
don't
be.
know.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Because it's not like they.
we all know 10th is coming. That's
Yeah.
not
It's not
a
like
question.
it's not like they won't do Dark Angel to start, because they did it with Dark Vengeance.
And also Hoj, because I'm assuming you're asking. Epic was God, no, it wasn't 6 years ago. It was more, Steve.
Way longer
When
ago than that.
did Specialist Games die? 2011, 2010 or 2011. So it'd
Around
be
there, yeah.
10. Okay, so Epic was essentially the 6 millimeter version of Warhammer 40,000. So it was instead of taking like your normal 2,000 point game, that was like a section of your list, and everything was scaled down to 6 millimeter, and you played that on a 6x4 board. So you can have like an entire company of Marines backed up by Titans, backed up by Thunderhawks, backed up by a plane, and that would be a normal game. And so just slight little rant, not rant, but small. Epic was probably the best game they produced. It was alternate activations. So it wasn't I go with my whole army, you go with your whole army. It was I activate a battalion, you activate a battalion, I activate a battalion. Titanic, essentially. You had progressive objectives, but also objectives that scored at the end. You had secondaries, but you also had primaries. It was basically what we have today, but in 6 millimeter.
Yeah.
And like 10 years earlier.
Yeah, and it was a fun game. You had Eldar, Tyranid, Space Marines. You had all the races except for Custodes, Votan. I'm trying to think of like new.
I mean, early Epic had the squats.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
yeah,
it
you
did.
did have.
It did have
Okay,
squad
yeah, you
models.
are correct. So then, I think Custodes were the only thing missing. Then I'm trying to think, because they had demons, they had chaos.
Well, Custodes were all taking naps on the Terra at the time. So
Yeah, because it wasn't the only reason they left was because someone broke the galaxy. I'm looking at the Warhammer 40,000 site just to see if I'm missing anything.
Yeah.
So you Space Marine Legions, and then oh wait, did they have Systems of Battle?
I don't think they ever did.
So I don't think they had Mechanicus existed ish, but it was more Skitarii with Titanicus.
Yeah.
They had Imperial Knights. They had Inquisition. I'm ignoring because that'd be part of the. And then they had all the Chaos. So I'm skipping that. And Xenos. Orcs, Necrons, Tau, Tyranids. No Votan. Gene Stealers were no Gene Stealer cults. I guess that'd be another one. And Drukhari and Eldari. So yeah, they had everything except for like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what Epic. Sorry, I just wanted to, that's what Epic is. It was 40,000. But 6 millimeter, and it's really awesome. I think if you go to my so if you go to my Instagram, it's like
Cuban painting minis.
Yeah.
No, Cuban painting minute. Cuban.
Didn't we put out one of the videos we recorded for Epic?
Yeah, I thought
Did
you guys
we?
did.
We did. I thought we did. Yeah, you and me. We did one. I wasn't super impressed with Epic. It might have got better if I played more of it. But the first time I played, I wasn't super impressed. But I could have swore we actually put a release out.
I think that one was our test video. We never released it.
Did we never?
Well, I know we did
ever
a test with Dan and I playing Salamanders versus Dark Mech, and it showed how bad robots are.
Oh yeah, no, that
because
never
the
that
salamanders beat them mercilessly.
that
We
will
do
never
it.
see the light of day. First of all, Byron's comment of Westodians, love it. Um, that one will never see the light of day. Maybe if I can cobble it together into something, I'll release that abomination on the Patreon, just in case if you're actually supporting us, then you get to see the terror that was what we did first, where the camera
Ooh.
was freaking out and all.
Oh, that was
Right.
great. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Dave, just I hope you don't get nauseous on roller coasters or anything.
I'll put a
'cause some of
trigger
the
warning.
footage-
Don't worry. I'll put a
Some
trigger
of the
no.
footage towards the end of what Dan and I recorded after you left.
Yeah.
The gimbal died, so the phone just flipped upside down.
Yeah, so
That's
I had to
crazy
nowhere
that
hold
died,
here
because
and
that
there.
thing should run for hours. It's supposed to have like 10 hours battery life.
Supposed to.
I was beating Steve so hard that it was just
With
the
my
gimbal
gimbal?
died.
Like physically? Was that the problem?
Yes.
Felt like it. But yeah, no. So let's see. You got Warhammer 40,000. I have no idea what they're going to say for Warhammer 40,000. It's got to be the line. It's
It's gonna
Age
be
of Sigmar.
It's 10th related things, and everyone has their updated codex, right? Everyone's ninth now. I believe that's correct.
Hold on.
Everyone
Was
should be
Imperial
ninth.
Guard the last?
Imperial
Imperial
Guard
Guard
and
was the-
Demons were like the ones kind of waiting. to
No,
some extent.
Demons was a while.
Oh,
ago.
okay, they were a while back. Yeah. No, Imperial
Yeah.
Guard I think was the last one, so I think everyone has theirs. There's going to be some sort of. There's probably going to be some sort of box. I don't know for who.
Mm.
Since we don't know for what, maybe another Space Marine thing. I think they're going to tease some 10th stuff, but I don't think we're going to get anything too great. Maybe. I mean, if they do, it'll surprise me. Heresy, I would love to see some sort of plastic infantry. I just don't know what.
Okay. So,
So what would make me happy is if they released my dream Battle for Mars box. I'm going to say this until it's true. I'm going to say
Yes.
it and wish it until it turns real. It has to happen eventually.
Plastic
Battle for
Mechanicum.
Mars.
Yeah.
Plastic Thalax, plastic Castellax, Mark IIIs with an upgrade sprue, plastic Despoilers. That has your Imperial Fist attackers and your Dark Mech defenders. Set.
Plastic Castellax.
Two
plastic
upgrade
Thalax.
kits,
Jesus
two new
Christ.
kits, all of which work in a Marine army because you have Praevians and you have Forge Lords.
Yeah.
Yep.
Velocity Raptor. The only reason I don't think Assault Marines is because they've given us now bolt pistol chain sword in resin. And I would find it so weird they do that and then, hey, here's the Assault Marine kit. What I'm worried what they'll do if they want to do that is Forge World's going to come out with a whole nother set of jetpacks for the new edition kind of thing.
Oh, 100%.
Well.
100%.
We have the 40k style jetpacks. You could just buy 5 jetpacks. That's still a thing you could do.
Yes. But is it packaged nicely and says the new style of Horus Heresy on it? Probably no.
It
And also
doesn't match
increase the price.
Dominion Zephon, but they work. My buddy Kenny actually has his Sons of Horus Jump Reaver squad kitted out with them, and it looks good.
Yeah, the jump packs are, in my opinion, I have yet to find like a bad. Well, no, sorry, that's a lie. I was gonna say I have yet to find a bad jump pack, but I forgot about the Contemptor booty pack,
Oh man,
the Blood Angels one. But okay,
Yeah.
sans that one because technically that's
gonna be a controversial. And someone's be like, "Oh my god, I love that model."
no, it's a no. Stop.
I
that.
love the
it's a
view
fanny
from
pack
the
for your butt.
front. I love the view from the front.
Alan,
but
I agree. The melee weapon pack is a crime.
Oh, absolutely.
It's crazy
100%.
that they
Yeah.
did that. Just give me Assault Marine pack.
And it was my favorite was that it was what? It was 5 chain swords, 5 pistols, but then like a
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There
I
it
love
is.
that
But there's
model.
Raptor. I love that model. I knew it. I knew one. No, okay. It's a cool model, but from the back, I just hate the booty pack. I hate it. But I was gonna say the jump packs on infantry. I have yet to find like one that I don't like. And the ones that I like the most, by the way, I did not know this until I saw them in person. It was the Blood Angel one. I forgot the special unit of Blood Angels.
Sanguinary Guard.
Yeah.
Sanguinary
wait.
Guard.
Are they called
or
Sanguinary
Her-
Guards? No.
So
The guys
the
in gold?
golding, the plastic gold guys are Sanguinary Guard. They're
No,
backpacks
no,
march
no.
the Mark
The
IVs.
30K ones.
You have now I can't think of them.
Yeah, crap.
I hate you because I had it.
They're
and
not
then I lost
Crimson
it.
Paladins. They're not Crimson Paladins. Because that's the Terminator.
I can't pull it up on my
Ooh,
computer
yes, I would love
because
that.
I'm screen sharing.
Alan, I would love that. I love that sculpt.
Oh my god, hold on. Now I gotta open up Forge World. But
Yeah,
they're the
ooh,
ones.
that
And the
was-
reason I like them is because they're jump pack, and I didn't know this. I have a big
The
thing with like
Angels
flanges.
Tears
No.
or the other guys. is the Destroy Squad or the other squad?
It's not the Destroyer, it's the one with spears.
So the
Dawnbreakers.
Dawnbreakers.
There you go.
So I love them because I have a thing
Alan.
with I have a thing with like flanges. I love flanges. And they have the really cool like they have the circle, right? And then each of the circles has like a flange, so it's multi-directional, like you can control the exhaust. And I love that. That's so sick. But my favorite jump pack that's not Legion or like of all time is actually the Venatori. I know I love Custodians and I'm super biased, but I love the Hawk.
Guys?
Yeah, I love the Hawkman. Hands down, the stupid eagle that's like vertical. It's so good. I see Dave like shaking his head.
I'm shaking it to some of the comments, but I don't want to say it out loud because then you might actually do it.
Oh, he's going
flanges.
to.
Wait, it's flanges, right? Am I phalanges? No, it's flanges, right?
Phalangalis.
No, now I gotta look on Google. Hold on.
Okay, so it is flanges, but there's also filigree, and I know you like both of those things.
Yeah, well, true. But yeah, no, I love the Venatori, and I know I am Custodians and I'm super biased, but come on, they're Flash Gordon. Like, I didn't even grow up with Flash Gordon, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, don't sing the song DMCA.
No, I know DMCA.
Yep.
Oh, Steve almost got us in trouble on Sunday.
Yeah, I yelled at the camera, Dave, edit that out. Dave, edit that out.
Oh, God. Now I got more work to do. Thanks.
No, there's literally a specific spot where he just started singing the Jeopardy song for like 5 seconds. And I do one of these, like I just go slow. I'm like,
all right. While we got this running, so they have the starting soon. I'm going to, just for people watching, I'm going to test a few things, make sure that's working the way I want it.
And actually, what I'll do is I'll go on YouTube and check to see if they can hear it. How about that?
Yeah. Well, right now there's no. It's mute.
Because I was gonna say you hear sound. There's music. Playing.
So when you get to YouTube, let me know because I'll turn.
I got you. I'm already on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm already. I have it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
unmute the sound. So let me know how the volume is when it comes in.
See, so I knew Raptor would like Flash. Yeah, there's something weird about it. Like, and it's funny. I didn't grow up.
Who doesn't like Hawkman Dive? Everyone likes that.
No, I know, but I did it. So what's funny is someone actually.
Can you hear it yet?
Your screen hasn't switched on YouTube yet. Or actually, I'm like 2 minutes away. That's probably why. Give me a second.
What do you mean? Oh, you're back.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that'll do.
Let me see. Quiet down.
Joseph said it's good. Okay.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. Thanks. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, it's got this weird.
We're going to hope when we swap over. Okay, thanks. Yeah. I have them muted for now. When they start stuff, we'll unmute them. I'll lower us. So I'm going to set it to their video when they do something particular there. I'm going to try to keep an eye open on it. Hopefully the audio keeps coming through good, but I have them muted right now. So
Streamception. Oh my God. Look at the clicker. Look at the watch counter going up. Holy hell.
You're usually asleep for this stuff, huh? This is what it's always like. It's always tons and tons of people.
Come on,
and keep in mind, this is people here. Different people are running different streams. Like we're running one, we got some people, and we're very happy about that. Honestly, I was happy if one person showed up. We got more than that. I'm ecstatic. But there's a lot of other streamers that I follow that have, because they stream constantly, so they got tons of people. So it's honestly probably like double or triple that number of people actually actively watching in one format or another.
My main fear would be like, because as people have heard in the podcast, I'm a teacher, and I had one of the students. One of the days, the students were like, "Mr. Villa, have you heard of Terrain Kickers podcast?" And I'm like, "Oh." My eyes shot up, and of course, my Instagram's linked to that. And I don't mind if they find it. I don't post anything bad, of course.
I tell my students to subscribe.
Yeah. It's funny.
Well, my students are adults, so
they're adults, So I'm always like, I don't post literally anything bad. And I curb what I say usually on the podcast. Usually. I don't go obscene.
I mean, they're old enough not learning new words. Maybe new applications of words.
I'm thinking to myself, we got a couple watchers. I'm hoping none of these are my students.
If so, you're about to. They're going to lie. You know that, right? You just said that. So even if someone's not your student, they're about to lie.
But they're going to
watch the chat. Look for the lie.
Pretty much.
They're going to lie to you.
Sleep last night.
If you didn't know my name on on YouTube, I would do that right now.
Oh boy, could you imagine?
Before this does get started, though, we do want to thank everyone who is watching this with us or listen to any of the stuff or any of the videos we put out. We do have quite a few other things. Like I said, we got a couple 30K battle reports where I'm going to be hopefully editing over the next few days, depending on how fast my painting goes. A few other things. So we'll, and there's a few things I wanted to record as well, but I was visiting my parents for various reasons over the last few days. So I wasn't able to do as much as I would like, but hey, I still got the rest of the week off. So I might still be able to get out some of the things I want. Again, painting, once painting is done, of course.
Of course.
We shall say. Yeah, well, mostly because I don't even care if it's perfect. I just want it done enough that I'm happy with it. I can always do finishing touches later.
That's my plan. Like,
Yeah.
my models aren't going to be finished until I have basically just repainted them with weathering pigments because they're getting bombed out in Isthmon 5.
Yeah.
But they're good enough to go on a table, and they're uniform enough from 5 feet away that you're not going to notice that this squad is half gray from dust and this squad is bright green.
Yeah. I'm going to get some of the weathering done, but I might not get a chance to use my dirty down stuff on it yet. Plus, I got to use that downstairs because that stuff is very toxic.
Wait, what? I know it smells bad.
Yeah, because it's toxic.
Don't sing the song, Dan. We'll get destroyed.
You're not supposed to sit with that stuff. Yeah, it's actually very toxic. You didn't know that.
But like if I opened it in Maplewood and was using it in Maplewood.
Okay, if you do it once, you're fine, but you shouldn't do that repeatedly.
Okay.
No, read the bottle.
Okay.
It tells you don't do that.
Like, you should be wearing a mask when you spray paint stuff.
Yes. It tells you not to get it on your skin.
So you're telling me when I blow my nose? Oh, wait, what?
And it comes out green or
the
gold.
Bottle.
Yeah.
Why is my snot bright gold?
Hey.
How have
I
I
agree, Bradley.
survived?
Watching with other people is better. Because unless it's like a thing I care about, half the time it's all right, you showed me that, and those guys are just going to talk about things for a while. I don't care what they had to say too much. What I will say to both Steve and Dan, though, since I'm displaying the screen, I'm going to lower their volume, obviously, when they talk. But if I play it at all, everyone else hears it. We'll play it when they're saying something important. But pay attention for when it seems like they're saying something that we need to hear. Because then I'll make sure I turn them up. That's all.
Ruin things for your fellow viewers by watching the Twitch stream live, commenting here, and you like that 10, 20-second head start everyone else.
Yeah. The delay's we've realized the delay's about 15 seconds or so, 15, maybe 20 seconds. Which isn't bad, actually. It's pretty close. So yeah, you could actually do that.
Actually, hold on. 40K prediction. It's not only going to be the Lion, it's going to be a dual release.
What's
It's
the
going
other
to be the
lace?
Lion and Valdor for 40K.
No, it's not going to be Valdor.
Constantine.
Nope.
Because of what Dan Abnett wrote.
No.
It's going to be watch.
Yeah, I can hide their Twitch chat. That's easy. Give me 1 second. What I'll do is I'm going to expand it, and then I am going to click us over. There we go. That'll hide their Twitch chat. Yep, not a problem. Yeah, that hides the Twitch chat, and then I have a window set for when they're showing videos that only shows the video.
Yes, Dark Custodes. 100%. Yes, Byron. Yes.
Stop that. Why do that? Oh my God. I don't know if you know Luke, right, Steve? You know he did an entire Chaos Custodes army, right?
Did he?
That's a surprise.
I did not see them.
It's literally Abaddon on top of a jet bike, and that's his shield captain.
Not surprised.
I'm with it.
I don't think I've seen those, but I haven't seen Leak on it.
I think you've seen him.
I don't remember him then, at least.
Oh,
But Luke runs through a lot of armies, so.
Well, I mean, yeah, someone has to teach the rest of you what the meta is.
Yeah,
I
did this so I don't have to mess with aspect ratios. Makes my life easier. Oh yeah. Bradley Dunn mentioned that everyone forgets that GW uses a lion's head to represent Astra Militarum.
And
I don't
the Ordo Sinister.
Oh, they're showing us something.
Warhammer preview coming live to you from Adepticon 2023.
Oh wow, that's a great image.
Their video is so bad.
And we have so much cool
so
Warhammer to show you.
I am so excited to share it again, and it has been such an energizing evening.
Is that everyone? Is everyone else grainy?
Yeah, no, it's grainy.
The largest
Not you.
Warhammer
It's
events
them.
in the world. It is run by a passionate group of volunteers and folks who just love everything that is Warhammer, and we get to see over
will
a
say, I
thousand of you
kind
in
of
the room
love
here and
that
share everything we're
half
about to go through with
Tyranid,
everyone
half
on the
Terminator
line.
face.
I
It is
am
kind of cool.
buzzing at the chance to get to do it again.
It was really, really fun. So we've just had the preview for the people at the event. We had, as you say, 1,000 people, 1,000 Warhammer
My
fans.
computer's
1,100.
upset, and I'm not
1,100
hearing
and some other people kind of around the
these
edges.
guys at all.
Really, really cool. Some awesome stuff we got to show off.
Like
and
too many
we get to
audio
show you
inputs.
guys who are watching along on the stream all that stuff in just a few minutes. I can see there's about 30,000 of you currently tuned in.
Hey, he's rounding up.
Given the fact that
He
it's
could have
what,
said
Oh, okay,
27.
calm down,
3 a.m.
sir.
and some
Yeah,
of
this
our
27.
core
Okay.
demographic here of this for this show.
Absolutely, yeah. So do let us know where you're tuning in from, guys. It's about, I think, 3 or 4 in the morning over in the UK. It's still pretty late over here in the US as well. So.
It's
I
pretty
agree.
late
Actually,
in
the
the US.
face
We're
they
here
do
at
is
Central
actually
Time. It's
really
already
cool
past
looking.
10.
I like that.
Eddie here.
I do like
I'll put them back up. I'm
Tyranids.
just throwing them for a moment while they're chatting.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. We had an interesting flight over. It was not without incident.
I like how the Tyranids look more feral now. Back, they went from very comical to now very like disgustingly
Well, because they
xenomorph.
used to be
So-
Zotes. Well, Zotes were a separate
Okay.
thing. I understand that, but there was more comicalness to it all.
All right, don't make me bust out my White Dwarf with the original Tyranid army list.
John still has
Okay.
Zotes. John runs the
John has
Ministerial
no, no.
army.
John has an army of Zotes.
Yes,
He's
he
got
does.
like 12 of them. They're old metal.
Yeah.
Indeed.
If I
and
lick
see
them,
what
I
we can get out
probably
of the
die.
chat, because there's all sorts of things we can talk about over the next bit here.
Yeah, we might be able to answer some questions. The chat is going so fast at the moment.
Okay, so
the-
and
Might not be able to
chat
answer
is
my
saying
question, but
chat
we'll
is
do our
saying that
best if
there's a
any kind of
filter on there.
requests
Yeah, okay,
open
so
up,
it's not
we might be
me.
able to-
Okay.
No. We told you that. No, it
Well,
looks
maybe it was just
grainy.
like- I
It's
thought it was like
probably a
us
bad
three.
camera.
I thought it was just us three because we're streaming.
No,
You know what I
no.
mean?
An inspirational
You
part of this
think it wouldn't be that way for you?
Mr. Events.
Think about it that way. It wouldn't make any sense.
Okay.
They are beautiful. Stop with this anti-old
Oh.
Tyranid hate. They
Oh,
are
God,
gorgeous.
no.
really inspired me.
Oh,
sort of
no.
event side of the hobby. It's
Original
inspired me to
release
run
of their
events around
40K
and inspired
army
me
list.
in how I've
All right,
You know what
they're-
the most
they're
annoying
chatting
thing
too.
is?
when it comes to
I keep getting an ad on the
and
bottom,
events like this are really
like a
rare.
banner ad on the bottom, and it refuses to go away. I can't press
Without
X.
the community, we're
Oh, mine
nothing. Without
hasn't done anything
Warhammer,
with it.
we
It
wouldn't be
shouldn't.
nothing.
It shouldn't
We
be.
have this
Oh,
community
Twitch does
really
that. Yeah, if you're not
far here at
subscribed.
like Adepticon. If you've never had a chance
I-
to go,
The subscription,
I
but I'm
can't-
Amazon Prime. I should be.
You can use a Prime subscription then
it's
for it
the
if you want.
godfather
How do you
of
do that
the-
while we're here?
Click on the subscribe button and just tell it Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
before them all. And so it's been
But it doesn't
great to
auto
see
renew
for
itself.
years
You have to
because
do it each month if you want to keep doing it.
we've been doing it.
But you could just do it this one month, and then that's fine.
Yeah, I'm
But you
trying
don't
to
have to
figure
do
out
it for this. Like, you're not going to get a better view if you do that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something? You get the potato cam if you're not subscribed. If you're subscriber, they got like a fucking 4K right above it.
And if you've never made the journey yourself to the Mecca that is Adepticon, make it one year. Come
Bro,
to
I will probably
Adepticons.
I will be doing my best, but if you guys watch our chat a little bit more, because there's so much open on my screen right now, but trying to stream and dealing with audio things, so I might miss some stuff. So I will keep an
Don't
eye,
give
try to
them
keep
a
an eye on
sub.
our chat, but the other two guys might.
We've got a pretty good one to open, so.
All right.
Should we roll the first
Oh, here we go.
All
I
right.
suppose.
Oh,
we probably
oh, oh.
should.
Yeah. The video should be zoomed, but the audio... Oh, I know why. My apologies. I'll fix that in a moment.
He looks so old, but okay, come on.
That's what it is.
Bro.
I figured out why. I figured out why.
I might
All right. Give
need
it-
that model.
The audio should be back now.
The Lion has returned. A brand new.
Let me
Primarch
turn it down
has
a little
returned
bit.
To Warhammer 40,000 to the 41st Millennium.
Dan, are you watching it?
Some of saw you.
I'm watching it.
coming.
No, our audio.
You know?
And is he brand new? or
Oh,
is he
our
brand new?
audio, is it
He-
there?
he
Oh,
is-
give me
although
one
he is
second.
pretty old, so
Yeah.
I saw some of the
Let
people in the chat
me-
there commenting that he looks quite old.
Let me
He is
mute this.
10,000
I
years
know.
old.
He is.
You
You know why? Because our
Comfortably
tab is
stasis.
muted
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
site.
It's probably
I hear
like
it now.
a stone slab as
Yeah.
well.
You're good.
No, what
Okay,
happened
so what you
is...
missed is we were all drooling over how
Well,
gorgeous
so
the
let's
lion
have a look
is,
at
and
the-
how we
Yeah,
wish.
my drool.
We had him today.
Scraps of it. Absolutely phenomenal.
Oh
miniature.
my- I'm taking-
Early
oh my
contender,
God.
I think, for miniature of the year. One of the most anticipated Warhammer models I think we've
Okay,
ever had. to
here's
reveal
why.
on one of our
Audio output capture.
Nothing that I could have expected was actually.
When you zoom in,
better than
when you
what I
zoom in, it
imagined.
stops the audio.
And I gotta
Someone is
tell
saying
you,
that I
it was
hear you
one
now
of
that
the
you stopped
better
zooming
kept
in.
Secrets of the studio. I could not see it myself until I think a couple days ago. So it's been amazing to see the community get excited and make all the wild calls and whatnot. And of course, there was a video of a lion earlier today.
Could have been about anything.
Who knows?
So loads of really
Okay, so-
lovely details to talk about on.
Okay,
this
is
video.
it fixed
So,
after
I-
10
through
seconds?
Some of the highlights. So he's got a
Maybe
sword, he's got a brand new
fixed.
sword. So
He does seem to have one.
This
Dan,
is
are
not
you
the
watching?
lion's
Is
sword.
it
The
better
lion's
now? I
sword
wanted you to
Oh,
zoom
I
in.
got you. I got you.
around
I got
the
you.
know
Hold
if
on,
it's
let me-
fixed now.
some point,
Mute.
maybe they'll
The problem
do
is
this again,
because of
but-
the
Yeah, you gotta
20
give it a few
seconds.
seconds.
But he has
Yep.
another blade which is more than
Yep,
capable
audio's
of
fine.
moving monsters
Wait,
and creatures.
Okay.
just broke
He's
again.
accompanied by two watchers
No, I
in
just
the
fixed
dark.
it.
These are the kind
Just
of
take
shadowy
a second, let me know.
forms
I'm listening,
that
yep.
follow key Dark Angels characters around, and there is no more significant character than
Oh,
the lion
quality
himself,
dropped.
and they kind of whisper to him in the darkness and kind of give him hints.
But we
about,
can hear them again, yeah.
where he might
Yeah.
best put his service to the Emperor and defeat the forces of chaos.
Wait,
Uh,
Let me mute it again. But you
Yeah.
are.
he does,
The
he is
sound
carrying
is
the
there.
Emperor's shield.
Okay.
So that is the glorious
So what
gold
happened
Oromite
is
shield
I have a
carried by the
separate
Emperor,
window
and now
so
carried
that way
by
we
his
could see
son,
the zoom
much
in,
the same way
but I
that
didn't
Willem
realize there was
wielded
no
the
audio
Emperor's
mixer
sword.
on it.
The Emperor
It's the Emperor's
gifted
shield.
or maybe
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
So when he's
I know
fighting
what
against the
Dan's
horrors of
gonna be
the
looting
galaxy,
off
he can
this
use the Emperor's
model.
shield to
What do you mean? What?
eat deadly blows that might even lay someone like him. low.
What? No.
Other details on him there, you can see
There
that
we
the
go.
details.
I
of
wanted
his
to zoom
armor
window
are
just of their
effectively
thing.
Scaled up, more ornate, elaborate versions of Space Marine power armor. So he's definitely.
That is probably
They-
the best
Yeah,
face
just
Dave
say
GW
is
that.
has
buying this
done.
model
Space
for sure.
Marine, right? He's a leader of a space.
That
Who,
is-
me?
And everything
That is
Yeah.
probably
that
the
can
best
obviously
face
Dark Angels
GW has
himself.
done in years.
I think this model is absolutely suitable for 30K.
The paint job as well. That he's clearly got that.
There's nothing that's like
I
clearly
have their
not
model too.
30K.
I already have his
Sort of
model
darker
too.
hue.
But now you
Let
can
me,
have two of them.
I could have two of
The way
them.
that's been put together.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just gonna lower them a little bit.
With a slightly green tinge to it.
Do I like this one more?
Obviously, the
I like this one more. I'm sorry. I'm looking at
I
the
think I do.
I have it side by side right now.
Yeah.
The 30K one is less, it's more muted, more like
Yeah.
secular. I mean, okay, this is secular too, obviously, a little bit. But like this is
Yes.
The
I do
difference
like the
between-
fact they took him as an old man. I guess the idea is he's actually been aging. Ooh.
Ooh.
I like the headed
Ooh.
helmet, the cloak
The hooded
with
helmet.
the helmet.
Yeah.
That one I really like.
Oh.
So you can sort of choose how you want.
Oh,
No.
ooh, you
hooded
know what's
helmet
gonna
with
be?
the
Nah,
hooded
here-
helmet with the brace. With
You can have your
here's the part that's going to be a pain in the ass. If you look at those two, the hood and the one with the wing tips, that looks to me to be the same helmet, which means I can't magnetize both of those options.
No, you might be able to, depending on how
You
it
think?
fits together.
yeah.
It depends. It might.
I don't
be
think I
the
want
actual
to,
same
though.
piece.
No, the cloak doesn't. The head tabard. The head tabard doesn't attach to anything, so you could just plop it in. I think.
of their Primarch. So some really cool options.
No, look, it's I'm
No,
not
no,
sure.
I think because
Good
you know
news.
what,
Good news. Dan's buying one to seal the shield off of.
Yes.
So you'll have
I
an
don't
extra head regardless.
That's true.
Oh my god, I might just steal the head.
I will probably actually I do really like him. We had to see what they put him out at, but I do like him. I probably would get him, even just to kind of paint up.
You're already hinting at a few things about him. There are questions.
I mean, they even painted him in 30K colors.
What is going on with the line?
Because like that's
Oh,
that's
wait, hold on,
the
I wanna
last
hear
thing
this.
he
Hold on,
remembers.
Hold on. This I do actually care about.
Which is the culmination of the Arcs of Omen
Okay.
series. The book is called Arcs of Omen: The Lion,
Okay.
and it will chronicle the finale of the story of the Arcs of Omen, which will see a
They
huge
didn't
showdown
answer
effectively
anything. Okay,
between the
never
forces
mind.
of chaos
No,
and
they
I thought they
didn't
were
tell
gonna.
us
forces of
Oh,
the
yeah, I was.
Empire.
I was
On
wondering
the
what. I actually.
Imperial
The
side,
plot
we'll
is
have
kind of
the
interesting.
Lion
What were they showing here?
alongside some
It's
of
a
the Dark Angels,
scaling
chapter,
picture?
and some of their successors.
Is Gilliman
And
really
you'll
that
have
big?
Dante, and
Remember,
you'll have some
Gulliman
of the
is
Blood
in
Angels, so some of
life
the-
support armor too.
the angels, basically, the angels of darkness will
I hate the Gulliman
stand
model
against
so
the forces of
much.
chaos. On the chaos side,
The
you've got
difference
Abaddon,
is
you've got Vashtor, you've got Angron.
staggeringly
so it's going to
bad.
be a huge showdown, effectively.
What's
So,
the model
on
in
screen
green?
right now, you can see kind of how the lion scales up
Primaris,
against some of the other
Intercessor.
heroes
Primaris,
Primaris,
yeah.
team
jerk.
alongside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe heavy
they're
intercessor,
against
but I think it's a
an
basic
so you can see
intercessor.
quite a lot
Okay.
bigger than a standard
Yep,
Space Marine.
intercessor, just said it.
And against Reboot Gulliman,
Okay. I
he's
turned
the
their
same
audio up
scale.
so we could hear him a
He is a
little
Primarch. They are brothers. Neither of them was known to be particularly larger than their brothers, so they are.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
large.
say if
They're
he meets
pretty
Cypher,
standard
Alan,
Primarch.
Every day.
if
run
he
of the
meets
mill one
Cypher
Absolutely.
and
chasing
they
around
get
with
buddy
Gulliman.
buddy
He's
together,
still in best,
oh.
some would say, for the
Indeed,
Lion.
it's true.
Oh.
His,
See,
his
I-
rock looks a little
that
less
I'm gonna
tactical.
enjoy the fluff
If
of.
anyone is going to stand on a
That I'm
roof,
gonna enjoy
it's
the
gonna
fluff
be
of.
the Lion, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
does seem like what he
And sorry
does
for the
is
weird
kind of-
audio
it's kind
thing.
of
Yeah,
gem,
I've
right?
figured out, but hopefully the
Eddie, never
theory
mind
gets better. But yeah,
Conference.
they didn't say anything other than like we got the
So
lion.
this is the
That's what
the
they said.
artwork that comes on the cover of Arcs of Omen Book 5, and you get a kind of close up on the lion there. You can see that he has aged basically. So
A little
as far
bit.
as the narrative
Tiny
timeline is
bit.
concerned, Gulliman has been in stasis for most of the last 10,000
So,
years. So when he
I
comes
guess
out,
that answers the
fresh-faced,
question: do Primarchs
bright-eyed,
really age?
bushy-tailed, maybe only a few centuries
yes,
old.
they
The
do,
lion has
actually.
literally been
Yeah.
alive
Just
for
exceptionally
all 10,000
slowly.
years. So that's
Okay.
what Primarch looks
If
like.
I remember
Just a very long
correctly,
It's a really, really
on
long,
the
long
HRUD.
catnap, indeed.
the HRUD show that a
He does
Space
have
Marine can
that effect
age.
in the miniature as well,
Okay.
And I
which we
think
saw people commenting on
you
things
get a
older
similar,
than the
like,
reality is, for those that didn't pick it up
thought
earlier,
process
he is
coming
indeed
out
quite a bit
he's
older.
from
pretty
some
old,
other
he's pretty old,
psychic
but he
nonsense.
does have that kind of
I don't remember
like
exactly. I'm
ancient,
pretty sure they do. Just
Yeah.
very slow.
Venerable
Well, I mean,
doctrine
this
and
definitely
knight
proves it
errant
because
sort
I
of
wasn't
thing. So you can imagine that kind of
sure
character,
what they were going to do
and
with that,
this
or
is
if they
what
were
happens
going to
in the
show
Arcs of Omen,
that. But that's
basically, is that
interesting.
He is
Okay.
wandering through the Imperium Nihilus,
Okay.
taking on
Plus,
monster
like,
hunting, basically, like
his
I'm-
look
where he
right
left
now
off
is just
So-
when he was a knight of
sick
Caliban.
with
Primary
that.
calling.
Yeah, wandering out into the dark
I'm
forest to
interested
take down the monsters that haunt the
in
dark.
the fluff
And we saw
between
that in
Gilliman and the
Squall, his
lion.
focus being on teaching them
That's
the
my big
justice in
thing.
which they dwell.
Ooh, okay.
Here he is
This-
alongside a Dark Angel's army.
Oh, he's
You can kind of
big.
see how he
Oh, yeah,
scales
no,
He's
he's
also
tall.
on a
unit,
large
so,
tactical
you know,
rock.
his stat
True.
looks pretty
In
cool
reality,
next
he's
to
about
Redemptor Dreadnoughts
20%
and,
larger
intercessor
than the
units and
aggressor next to
tanks.
him. If you're
I'm,
like
I'm
level
looking
them two
closely
out.
at the picture, by the way. I want to
There's a
see if
little
there's
bit of all
anything
of the
new.
bits of the Dark Angels, so if you want to,
Yeah, no, hold on.
certainly add some bone color, some black color, some green.
We have those
and
possessed
the
models
absolute
already?
Yeah.
Question mark.
Redemptor's not
I'd be lying if
new.
I
There's a
said
but
I
wait.
can't wait to see the
Look at the
Warhammer
back,
community
Mike.
post with all the
Is that a new Samael?
various guest authors painted.
Which
Yeah, I
side?
think
Who's that?
this is going to be
Left
a painter's
side
treat.
in the back.
Paint.
near
No, that's the
canister.
current
Very,
model.
very cool.
That's
Oh,
That's
yeah,
current model?
just
Okay.
over there.
current
That's
model.
Here's
the
some
current one.
shots from Arcs of Omen Book 5.
Hold on,
So
hold
you
on.
can see here the
They
Dark
like the
Angels
high
and
shit in
the
here
Blood
is the
Angels
problem.
Oh,
fighting
hey,
against
look,
the
it's
forces
Dante.
Of,
The new
forces
one.
of Chaos, but demons
Where,
of Nurgle in this
Yeah, in the
instance.
middle.
Next to the Great Unclean
Oh,
One.
yeah,
One of the
there he
things
is.
that- There's some
He's right
really,
over there.
really cool stories in
Does
this.
I
that-
guess we have
The
a
last
Angels of
episode
Death team
the
up.
Arcs of
It's only
Omen.
been
So
like
I don't want to spoil
30
it,
years
it's
since
got
they last
some
had one of those.
absolute, huge twists and turns, even for those
Oh,
who
huge
followed
twists and
Warhammer 40,000 for a long
turns.
time. There's some really nice
Let's
payoffs
see if they
to some
do
very,
that or
very
not.
long-running arcs.
It is all I can do not to try and prod you to tell them more about it, because Eddie's given me a bit of a rundown, and it's been hard for me to not just want to kibitz about it with every single Warhammer fan that I can come across right now.
It's very, very cool. So if you like the lore and the narrative of Warhammer 40,000, if you've been following it for a long time, if you're a fan of the First Legion, which I am, I've got a Fallen Angels.
Okay, yeah, but you're
collection
the
myself.
you work for the
So,
company.
you
You're
know,
not
I've-
going to
I've
be like
mixed
First Legion,
feelings about
kind of
him.
like those guys.
He is the best Primarch.
He's like, oh, yeah, I love those
Yeah,
guys. Yeah,
no, we
he
have
says
more
it
to
all
talk
of them.
about in this preview.
We
I
do,
didn't
we've
know
got
the
more.
line,
We
or
should
is this the
probably-
Every
line
child's
for-
his favorite
just the
child.
line for
just
next
the,
time?
the last thing though to say about this is
I
that
suppose.
in the Oxfam Book 5, the lion will fight Angron. So we have a situation.
Oh.
where
Finally.
The lion will
brand new
fight
miniatures,
Angron. I don't know if we
two
had it up
new
loud enough for people to
Primarchs,
hear
both
that.
returned to
Oh,
the
look at that
Millennium.
picture. Oh,
They will have a showdown
look
in
at that
Book
picture.
5 of the Oxfam.
I'm
So,
ordering this poster.
Yeah.
or behind.
Is this
If
the
you,
is that the rain date for the Siege of
If you're
Terra
a
battle?
Lion fan or a Angron fan,
Oh, I
please
can't
let
make
us
the
know
Terra. Let
who
me fight you
who
10,000
you're
years
rooting
later.
for in that particular
Yeah,
battle.
can we do a poll there in the chat?
I mean, maybe.
We might be able to do
we'll
a
have
poll.
go.
Which
They're not gonna
who
do a
should
poll.
win or who will win?
Who will win?
Angron.
It has
The-
already been written.
Okay, the
Oh,
lion,
we all know who's gonna
the,
win.
the lion kind of
That's
has
what
to
you
win
want,
because
Right,
Angron,
but that's
as
what
a
it is, I
demon,
believe.
like
No
can
more
be killed and he
decision,
just
no
comes
more
back
responsibility,
later.
one model.
In fact,
Like you
I
can't do
think
the
we're
opposite.
here
We
with
just
the
brought the
big-
Also,
lion
to
in.
be,
He just
also
got
to be fair,
crushed.
Angron and the Fluff
I think we
tanked
the amount of stuff.
lance
Yeah,
shots
yeah.
from battle
Will be an
barges.
injustice.
Yeah,
So-
well, yeah, but this is like his brother, and he's going to know how to stab
we
him
are
well.
leaving 41st Millennium for a little bit, and we are going to jump
Oh,
into
okay.
the
So we got-
the mortal. Oh, it's Heresy first.
Oh,
so we're gonna
Heresy
jump
first.
into
I'm not going to
Heresy.
switch the camera over as they do
uh,
this because
yeah,
I don't want to screw it up.
Let's see what we've got.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it is. It's gonna be a mission book. Okay.
$7 price
I'm
point.
Andy Hall. I work on the Horus Heresy team in the Warhammer studio.
Okay.
The setting for the Siege of Cthonia book is the planet of Cthonia itself, which is the homeworld of the Sons of Horus. It's actually the homeworld of the War Master Horus. As the War Master's fleets were advancing on Terra, a small detachment, calling themselves the True Sons of Cthonia, decide to peel away from the fleet and retake Cthonia in the interests of the honour of their culture.
Okay.
Spend a lot of money. That's what you expect.
So the book opens up with a really big, extensive narrative of the actual Cthonia campaign itself. Then we go into a section that sums up what all of the big factions within the Horus Heresy are doing at this point in the war.
Too. That'd be
We
so hot.
also have some new core
I
scenarios.
saw Zone
for the
Mortalis,
game.
by the way.
So if you wish to
They snuck
play
it in
through
there
the
for
events
2
described
seconds,
in the narrative,
But there was a Zone
we've got
Mortalis
some
mission
special
chapter.
scenarios that are themed around the Siege of Cthonia. We gave people
Give
a
us
basic
progressive
way of doing Zone
scoring.
Mortalis
There it is,
games
see?
in
Zone Mortalis
White
scoring
Dwarf
missions,
when the new
okay.
edition came out, and this takes that and expands it into a full system. So full Zone Mortalis scenarios and system in this book.
Okay.
It's also got a really interesting section on Space Marine Inductii. We've got a new type of consul, which is called a Decorian. We have the Infernus Abomination. And then the last thing in the book, there's a number of special characters and special models that you can take. There's the two main leaders, the two main special characters, Garius Evander for the Imperial Fists and Varanash Haddon for the Sons of Horus. We've got models coming out for those, rules for them in here.
He said an abomination.
This is the first of the campaigns of the Age of Darkness
Yeah,
series,
something about that.
and we intend to keep going with these. One really important thing to say about this book is it's designed to appeal to all Horus Heresy players. It's also telling a really important part of the overall story, and it's also giving people rules and scenarios and all the rest of it that will appeal to everybody.
Okay.
All right.
So, someone asked us in the chat for some Imperial Fist
So
bashing
that is
earlier,
a brand
and this is my
new
opportunity.
narrative expansion book for the Horus Heresy.
Black books are back.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Garrus.
so one of
Why
the
does
things
Garrus
Okay,
that
so
sound
it's a black
familiar?
book.
With the
I'll
first
lower them
edition
a little
of the
bit.
Horus Heresy were the black books. That was basically the main way that you
So-
engaged with the game, and they had loads of really rich lore,
I'm-
and background, and maps, and all sorts of really cool
I'm
stuff.
so tepid on
and
this.
it's been a year
I
since we've
love the
had,
fact that they're going to be doing
Been
some
one of
new
the biggest
missions.
questions we've seen
I
on
hope
the
it's
basis
progressive
of one of
scoring.
the big black
I
campaigns
love the
going
fact they're
back
doing
to
Zone Mortalis and all.
Horus Heresy, yeah.
But if they don't
Yeah,
give
so
us
this book is the
something
first of that
else,
ilk, and it's
and
absolutely
instead
jam-packed
they
with
just
stuff.
give
We
us a
heard from
really
Andy Hall there,
expensive
a
book,
few of the
I'm going to
details
feel
about
very
what's
let
gonna be in
down.
it. So there
See,
will
okay.
be
It
brand
is
new
an expensive
miniatures,
book with
obviously
mini
accompanying
missions
the
and
new
Zone
campaign
Mortalis
book,
missions.
But
Yes.
maybe more excitingly, actually, is
But
the
other
But-
people make
way
good
to
missions.
play, so
They're not
Yes,
the,
true.
they're not the
Zone
only people who
Mortalis.
make missions. This is the
But
thing.
I like the
That's
new
a hugely
console.
popular way to play
I
Horus
like the
Heresy.
2 new
Yeah,
special
obviously,
characters,
loads of the best
which if you
bits
don't
of,
play those armies,
the
it's got.
lore of the Horus
But
Heresy
I'm
of, like,
curious about the
all
abomination
vengeful
because that
spirit
sounded like a
of
demon.
various different flagships and Gloriana ships.
Am I crazy?
The battles that happen on board them.
So
this has got
my
many ways
guess
to play
is
on the
that we are
tabletop,
going to be getting a
on,
trader-specific
Horus'
generic
homeworld
console
on Cthonia itself,
that
and
represents something
characters
like
that
the
can lead
Luperci,
those
right?
battles
Like
will
a
get
possessed
new miniatures
commander
alongside
type
lots of other
person.
new miniatures
That's my
in
hunch
the
on
new
that
campaign
one.
books herald. So
For
it's a
the
really exciting
decorum
time for
guy,
the Horus Heresy. It's like the next step.
I-
We've had the edition,
I got no idea.
we've had the kind of base
Mike.
level, and
I mean, okay,
dive
so
into
the name is
detail.
decorum. Like to
Exciting to hear
me,
Andy talk about it as well, even
I
if it's
think
not
of
on
our
the
English word
there's
decorum. I think of that as just being, I don't know, some sort of very regimented
Yeah.
loyalist. I don't know
Like-
what that would be.
I'm picturing something between like a herald and a chaplain.
I could see something like that. Like
historical war game in a sense.
because chaplains were a little bit different in 30K to what they are in 40K. Where in
Yeah.
40K they are
Yeah,
like
I
your
think they're really
religious
interesting
Like,
about
leader.
this is your
that
field
people get
police
really
type,
into it.
maybe?
Yeah.
Want
if they're going literal, which they sometimes do and sometimes
people
don't.
tend to go, I want this bit of the lore. I read this story. It was really cool.
Yes, I
want
agree, Alan. I do like the
faction,
fact that they're doing something new rather than just like, hey, here's the book you guys previously had in second edition. Like, give us something brand new, which is good.
And each of those moments, each of those battles gives you an opportunity to kind of go, that chapter was cool. I want that drop force, or I want that assault company, or
Specifically.
this one. Yeah, yeah.
Well, which would you be?
And
Would you be a Son of Horus or an Imperial Fist in this particular?
Okay.
Oh, wait, so in this one, I think the Imperial Fist.
I mean, not surprising they're
big
going
fan
with
of
those
Imperial
two.
No, they're
legions.
not.
Like,
They are
like,
not
like,
cool.
Well, then,
They're
so-
not
I mean,
cool.
it's
Stop
Horus
lying.
Heresy, right? It's his game, so-
Immediately,
It's enough
Steve is
spot.
like,
We can
I hate
prove
this.
this.
Yeah, that's fair.
So one of the.
So what's really
other
cool about
features
this
here,
book
we
is it's
have
going to
some
go into
photos here
detail about how the
where we
Imperial
actually have a
Fists tried to
64
besiege
square
a
foot,
single world
Horus
belonging to a
Heresy
single
National
Primarch and
Battlefield
not the heart
with
of the
hundreds, if not
Imperium,
1,000
and
enemies,
they
pictures,
failed to do it for
reading the
years
role
on
experience
end.
and some of the, like,
Meanwhile,
shop
we
shop.
almost
This is
took
a cover
the
art of
Throne
Heresy,
World
so
in
kind
like
of
what,
a
6 months, 8
good old
months?
Heresy historical.
Man.
Once we
It's
actually started
It's
landing.
exciting to see.
I'm
and
gonna
hear.
It
change
just
my
shows the
answer, actually,
ineptitude
just
of
a cool thing
Imperial
about this book that
Fists
we haven't talked about
Now
in the
you're not gonna do
besieging
So
role.
one of the things that these books do is they give you a bit more of the kind of rich tapestry of the heresy. And what we
Okay.
know is that some of the legions and chapters didn't fall completely, or
I agree,
had
Jonathan.
loyalist
I don't
elements.
know if it's worth
So
getting
one
the
of the
book
things quite
for
interesting in
this.
book is that you get some
I think
loyalist
this will be
elements
something
of
where some people in the group have
1,000
it,
Suns
but not
Legion
everyone.
join alongside the
I
Imperial
wonder if,
Fist.
you know,
Oh,
Jonathan
no,
said it'd be
exactly
nice if they had
what
black
I'm
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
shields.
So I'm going to pick them.
Or Shattered
So I like
Legions?
1,000
I
Suns,
agree.
so, like, one of my choices.
You're a fan of the small contingent of loyalist
That's
Thousand Suns.
exactly it. I'm
All
a
right,
fan of those.
that's a deep cut. One that's also
Absolutely,
quite a sneaky.
absolutely.
Oh, God.
We're paying attention.
Why would they do that?
Okay, so that's
It's been
Horus
up on
Heresy,
my
really
screen, I'm
cool.
looking
This
at-
book
I'm
is going to be
looking-
accompanied
I
by
couldn't
loads
see if
and
it
loads of
did.
new
I didn't
stuff,
see
silver
anything
dollars,
about
new
how to
stuff,
actually
God.
score it
all
progressive
sorts of
wise.
cool things.
I got
Yeah.
all up
We are
on my
now gonna
screen
jump
to check.
to the mortal realm.
There'll be
And
there'll be
it
screenshots of
implies
that out.
progressive.
It's a good cut
Um,
from the immortal.
Also
legions
means
of
that
Space Marines
line will be
you've
relevant. I know
done
that's a complaint a lot of people have, that there's not enough use for line units.
Agreed. Right now it feels
Our
like you're
local,
taking
our
line for
local
nothing.
events put a lot of
Oh.
emphasis on it.
Sarscar veteran. Look at this. guy.
Okay.
Oh, he looks
okay.
cool.
This makes me happy.
Okay.
Ooh, I like him.
It's so much better than the current models.
I
Oh,
know,
God.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I like the. They're out there drum coring it.
They're a little thick in the thighs for my taste of Lizardmen.
Excuse
but
me.
I like these.
All right, I got his. Oh, look at the Croc cigar. Oh,
Oh.
Yeah. Wow, they're getting a whole lot of new stuff for them.
oh my God.
Yeah, they're getting a full range refresh.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah.
This is
Oh, look at
awesome.
that guy. Okay.
They gave him a lot more of an alligator look.
Yeah.
I mean, there are Crocs. like-
Agreed. They're supposed to. I never thought the old ones looked
Yeah.
like that. I thought they were a little too.
And look,
snubby.
wait. And those are new Source Warriors too.
Yeah, but they showed us these.
Yeah,
Warriors.
Source
Okay.
Warriors are. Yeah, they've had. They've
Oh.
had.
At the last big event, they showed them. Wait, go
Okay.
back. I want to go back. I want to see that pyramid again. That pyramid was gorgeous. Please show me the pyramid.
They're updating the normal page as we go along. I'm checking it.
So
As
that
they
is
update it
the
more,
rest
we can,
of the
um,
Seraphon
we can take a
forces.
look at that
We'd always seen
once
some
they
new
actually
models,
update it.
on
Did they
their
put
way
the
from previous previews?
looking
This is
for?
the rest of the range
So far, the only
that
preview they have up is the
Seraphon
line
have now been
on the
fleshed out
main
to be
page.
one of
I'm
the
looking as
best
well for
All
when
right,
they
let's look
update
at that.
that.
All right, the Raptors look
Ooh.
nice. Damn.
All right.
All of them, some form of Saurus.
I love the
Talk
one with the
about how
drums.
Bunch of clever girls.
Him I
Those
like.
models are
I like all of them.
excited about this. As someone who's relatively new to Age of Sigmar, this is the army that got me into it.
Oh,
To begin
Wait a
with,
minute.
I
They
don't want
changed their
another.
name.
I don't want another
exactly
Sigmar
what
army,
these miniatures
but
mean for my,
They changed their names too.
for my wallet, but forgetting
That's
about
a
there used to just be
completely- that's a-
Raptor Riders. That's too
So
generic.
Lizardmen was my
Or
first
Lizardmen,
when
or
I started
Lizardmen,
playing
right,
Warhammer.
um,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So I've
Someone
got
will correct me on
definite soft
YouTube,
spot
but
for
that's
these
a new
guys.
name.
Absolutely.
The Agrodon
So these are
Lancers?
incredible
That's
models.
completely
This is
new.
the Agrodon Lancer unit you can see on screen at the moment.
Let me
This
see.
is
I'll wait for someone to
effectively
correct me on
replaces the
YouTube.
Cold War
Agrodon
riders that we currently
Lancers.
have
I like them.
in
I really like
They
these guys.
okay,
No,
so
no,
these
they're really
replace the
nice.
cold ones they just said,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
got it.
Cavalry of the,
and they are
That's a good
bigger.
replacement.
This is a very, very hard-hitting unit.
Do
There are
you
elite
think
Saurus
they
riding on
rank
the back
up
of
for Old
fairly
World?
large, angry
Those
reptilian
tails
cavalry.
concern me.
No,
are
they will. You know why?
grinding
One
force
the
in
drummer goes
Are
on
they
the
reptilian or are
left.
they more like avian?
The spear dude goes on the right. The banner goes in the middle.
So that they are.
You
effectively
could
the
make it
dreams
work.
of
It might get a
frogs
little
and
ugly at times, but
so
you can
I
make
think
it
the
work. Yeah,
evolutionary tree
I
probably
think so.
doesn't, really apply.
Really
fully.
good point.
Um,
Dinosaur monster.
I really do
heroes.
like them.
Absolutely, but the models are incredible.
I don't play
think,
at much
if you are a
Sigmar,
painter,
maybe because my army is
Seraphon
currently
have
actually the
leaped
literal
up
worst.
the list of armies that
but
would be a treat because not not only
That's
do you
not
get to
why.
play with
Man, my army gets a new
incredible
codex
colours
Oh man, this
even
is so
it's
much
so
better.
in
detailed, it's
4
so
days. So
wonderful.
I
can
would
tell.
prefer a longer snout, personally.
They look
Mm.
adorable. Look
But-
at
I like
look
him.
at his
I like him
snout.
with the short
love
snout.
this.
He-
I like him with the short snout.
He wants pets.
The thing is, Dan,
Will he bite your arm off?
everything-
Yes.
Much more varied.
Everything has a short snout right now, though, for lizard men.
Yeah.
Like, they used to have long snouts. Now
He's got a
everything-
longer snout. He's got a
Something
longer
is.
snout.
I don't know if it's longer. His mouth is at least open though, so he doesn't look as adorable.
Yeah.
God, that
I do
scarf
like
that
this,
looks
though.
good.
I don't like him
God.
in white.
Agrodon is what it's called. Okay, well, that's not a cold one. That's an Agrodon.
Alright.
I like this. I really like this.
I do. I would paint him not in the same white color. I'm not a huge fan of the color, but that's me personally.
Do you not like the OG Lizardmen lore on that?
No,
Being
was it when they get old enough they turn white?
No. So if you're being born albino or spawned albino, is a sign of the old one's blessing. Like, you've been touched by the old ones. You have a
okay.
special purpose in the world.
Okay, so him literally being white makes him. It's more useful.
Oh
And
god,
that's
when he
probably
phrase
bad.
it that way.
I
know, I was
gonna
That's
say.
really bad.
Maybe that's why they went away from it, because there's no nice way to say that. Oh god,
Oh no.
that's GW's fault for putting it. But I do like the
Oh,
fact that
yeah.
what is technically a genetic abnormality
Oh
is
yeah,
meaningful.
no, these
The Croxagore I like.
100%.
I do like what they did with the faces. It reads more of what they are to me.
Wait a minute. Hold
I
on
feel
a
like they
second.
got a slightly too human proportion on the
So, guys.
Croxadores.
All right. Those legs though. The legs look a little bit
Okay.
much for the way they connect.
I bought a 3D print about 6 months ago. I had someone 3D print this for me.
Yeah. Did they
Is it
3D
Lost
print
Temple?
this?
It's
That's,
Oh my God.
That looks like someone kind of knew what was up, because that looks real similar. You are not showing his face very well. You are.
Oh, here, look,
You're
even the
not
short.
great at that. Yeah. No, it does
Oh,
look like
there's-
him.
Yeah.
It's a
Probably even-
multi-build.
there we
There's
are.
two kinds of Croxagores.
Ooh, okay, good. Because I would say, ooh, the faces I wasn't as big a fan of. These I like. The War Spawn. I like they have like looks like they have a longer snout actually.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like those a lot more. And I like the color scheme they did. I like the little bit of red across the ridge.
Yeah, it
it
just
really
looks
really
amazing.
accents it well.
Might help the skinks kind of construct pyramids or fashion things or move heavy loads around. These guys want none of that. They are just angry,
Yeah.
massive crocodiles that just want to rip
Yes.
into enemy units.
They look like actual crocodiles. I think in the past it didn't read as much to me as I would like. All right, let's take a look. I like those. Man, I love the skinks. That one looks like he's playing an instrument. I'm sure he's not. The one down there, he looks like he's playing a little like banjo. Those Croxagore are really big.
Lizard
They're
men
like
are
the
great.
size of the guys that are riding
how they kind of come together to
Adrodons or
make
whatever
just
they
an
call them.
incredible looking
Agrodons.
faction. So
Oh my God, I
everything
love
about
this.
the Seraphon army, every
You know what I
My
like about
wallet is so
GW?
Ooh,
screwed.
look at the ones on the left.
I cannot wait.
Whatever ones those were. Those were really nice
there is,
looking.
of course, a
I don't know if they've
battle
shown
You know
us
what I like
those
what
before.
GW does, and it drives me up the wall that they do this so well. They do like fake space really well in their models.
Yes.
Where like if something's floating, they use leaves or vines to design it so that it holds it up.
Yeah.
Instead of actually using a flight base. They did this with the elves, dude. The elves with the cow heads. There's that empty suit of armor that they have that looks empty and it looks like it's moving.
Pretty big army now in terms of the number of war scrolls you get to choose from.
It really feels like it's fit properly into the Age of Sigmar universe,
Yeah.
heavily revitalized.
And I know I saw this in chat as well. Am I the only one who's
The
worried
old
the only thing we're
Croxo-
getting
Croxo-
for?
The first place
Oh, okay, so
you
apparently
hold of the
they're
new
very close to the
Seraphon
Total
and the
War
new Battle
versions.
Tome is
Okay,
Army
cool.
Box, which is on its way
Also,
glad to hear
Mike
that.
yelled at you. They're alligators,
inside
not
this
crocodiles.
box, you will get,
I'm okay
I don't know
with
the
that either
difference.
way.
I
Oh,
listen
the
to it.
difference is essentially the snout, teeth
Oh,
out,
okay.
and whether it's a pointy snout.
Sand-made priest and a unit of Saurus, and then that will be followed swiftly afterwards.
I am
by
worried
all
that the only thing we're
rest
getting
of
for
the Seraphon
30k though is that
So
book.
if you are a Seraphon fan, there is
Maybe.
a really, really
No,
good
that
few
why
options
would?
for you.
Well, you know,
look at these
because
other
if they
ones.
don't-
Have they shown us? They've shown us the ones on the skinks
With the
before, right? 'Cause I
yeah,
really like
yeah,
those.
yeah.
It's exciting. I think we have a bunch of other things to cover. For
That
the
is
Age of
All right.
Sigmar.
We were about halfway through Age of Sigmar.
Oh, this was only.
Oh,
There's
that's
loads
the
of
first
cool
thing for
stuff
Sigmar. They're going to show us something else.
Oh,
Let's see what they're
hello.
going to show
Okay,
us.
exactly.
We have before we get to
Hold
this.
on.
I'll turn them
Let's
back
have
up.
a video and see what.
Let's
Show us something cool. Who are they? Rob Zombie.
I was just talking about floating stuff. Literally just talking about this.
I like him.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, is this gonna be like a cool vampire? Oh, please, yes, let it be, please.
Ooh.
Oh, the hair.
That's. Oh God.
I think it's a
Yes.
hat. I think it's a hat.
No, I think it's the hair. That's the hair, sir.
I'm not sure which. It might be a pelt, because she's got like fur on her leg. Are we gonna watch House of a Thousand Corpses next? What is
I
this?
know.
So,
Okay, so 2 new battle
I really
tomes.
gotta
That's
say
really nice.
before we
Okay,
even
okay.
Talk about those. The
I'll give credit.
marketing studio, the Warhammer studios that put together these.
They've been doing a
vibe
lot
and
of battle
feel
tomes,
to
like-
it. Never gets
like,
enough credit.
really
It's
quickly.
They're
pretty
rough
amazing.
shotting
I'm
through
always
it real
entertained.
fast. Yeah.
But tell us about these models.
yeah, so we've got 2 new
Okay,
heroes
let's
coming
hear what they
for,
are. These are
Grand Light
heroes.
Death, and 2 new battle tomes accompanying them. So we have the Soulblight Gravelords and a new vampire, a named vampire hero, and the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, and a new generic hero that they can add into their forces.
Okay.
So I think we've
So
got
the
some pictures of
vampire's
models
named.
We can, bring up on
And by
screen.
the way, it is a fur
We should
hat
talk about
apparently
the
because
Ossiarch
it's like Soul Blight.
first, but I love
I do.
Okay.
I
the
like
way you describe
the Ossifactor.
They're both really,
actually
really
like
cool.
it.
So this is
I-
the
it
Mortal
looks
Standard
creepy.
Factor,
Don't
and
like the thing
effectively this
above
is
him that's floating.
A mage who can
I agree.
construct units, and
It-
their particular speciality.
No,
Okay,
I
yeah,
agree.
he's constructing it, and that's what they said. Yeah, he constructs, he puts the stuff together. It just looks weird to me. I guess
You know,
kind of looks like
Does
a
that
like a
make-
xenomorph head, like an alien.
You know why it
queen.
looks weird to me? He's very spiky.
Yeah.
He looks very spidery. The head he's constructing looks very blocky.
I've been playing a
think
lot
that's
of.
what it is.
That's a Harbinger head, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. He looks like the horrible hands that show up in Elden Ring. They're like 2 hands put
Oh
together.
my God, yes, you're right.
That's
oh,
what he looks
God,
like to
yeah.
me.
Smaller scale, that would lend itself pretty well to that.
I do like
So
Osiarch
this
Bone
means-
Reapers, though. I do.
Does this mean that Bone Reapers are the Eldar of Sigmar because they weave bone to shape their constructs?
I would have thought the elves were the Eldar of.
Yeah.
So
Sigmar.
you'd think that.
These
You'd
are
think that.
bone elves, I guess.
You
You got dark elves or elves or
Alfs.
or whatever they call them now. Who knows? Is bone elves?
makes sense.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Did they sneak anything new?
Okay, we'll jump to the vampire in a second.
That
Oh, there's the
terrain, maybe?
vampire. I have a
Ivia
Volga.
and she is a outcast of her house.
Are we sure that's a
She's an
hat?
outcast.
Wandering,
I think it is a
lone
hat.
Monster hunter,
Oh yeah,
woodswoman,
off the name. Yeah,
she wanders
it's
out
like
into
an
the wild
old,
places of
like
the Mortal
Russian
Realms. She
style
finds
hat.
monsters,
Look
kind
at
of
the
thing, yeah.
feet.
She drinks their blood.
Look at
Yeah.
the claws on the
other
feet.
vampires
Oh,
are
yeah.
Sort of like not 100% on board with her, but she's still a vampire.
She's
still part of the
got-
family
I don't
when,
like
when
her.
push comes to shove. And
I
the
like her.
armies march
I
The
actually
in.
do.
legs make her
It's-
look like a
it's
deer.
She is accompanied
I
by a
like it
swarm of bats
because it
she
looks
uses to
creepy
kind of,
80s old.
swamp
It
enemy
looks like
units
something
and
out of a
monsters
Russian-
to
a
help,
Russian,
Yeah, it's an old Russian style hat. Yeah,
This
it's absolutely for a hat.
is
What's quite fun
building
about her is
on
that
the
you've got this
Cursed
kind of
City
crux
Yes.
line
of
of
lots of different,
models.
almost kind of fairy tale elements.
And I
Yeah.
think it
into
looks
a
great
character,
next to
but
them.
it's a vampire, right? So it's
But
it's
not
a
in your
very
normal
dark
army. It's not
Warhammer
going to fit the
take
motif
on
at
a
all.
very kind of classic European fairy
Well,
tale
that's why all
vibe.
soul
Vampires
blights are now going to be
leave into
Russian.
the woods. It makes
Yeah.
sense. It's an
I'm-
interesting and fascinating.
I'm pro
thematic
that.
element.
That's fine with
And it seems
me.
like both of these characters are helping drive
Like it.
those armies deeper into their
I
bespoke
like the other one a lot more.
aesthetics.
I will not look at the feet because
Yeah,
I'm not a
both of
foot
them give you a
weirdo.
sort of direction.
Listen,
So-
Alan said the
Listen,
bone
it might
spurs on his
awaken
head are a little
something.
much. Yeah, I agree. I think the bone spurs on
Listen,
his head
Hoj,
might
it
be a
might
little
it
tough.
might awaken something. You never know.
Actually got one of the last battle tomes of the last edition, which meant
They're
that
not
it didn't
chicken legs, they're
get
deer
lots of the
legs.
cool things that
She's
were
an
for the
Abba
Adepticon,
Baba?
with the
Abba
latest
Baba? Do
edition
I have to look
Operating
that up?
Sigmar. This
Hold
battle
on.
brings them bang up to date.
Abba
Is that like a
Baba, not
weird-
Baba Yaga or
Other
something?
units we've seen.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
a-
see all the chat.
Abba Baba.
Including
'Cause that's
things
not
like
popping up
the,
anything.
the vampire
Did he
units
spell
we
it
saw in
wrong?
The last edition, the last box set for
She's
Warcry.
an
So
Abba
it actually has quite a lot
Baba.
more to it. Than
That's true.
the
Yeah,
current
you
Soulblight
could
Overlords.
swap her.
Soulblight
Oh, a
Overlords
Russian
came
witch.
out
Not a Baba
relatively
Yaga.
recently. They're
I
a
thought that was their
huge
old
hit.
myth.
No, Baba
Russian-
Yaga's the house.
In Warhammer
Yeah,
Oh,
Baba Yaga.
okay.
And this book
Oh, and actually, yeah, I just typed it. Okay, got it.
Amazing.
Got it.
Okay. Then it actually
But
might be
that's not-
fitting.
that's
Does it
not
have weird
it.
chicken
We've
feet?
got even more. We've got
I
even
Oh,
more.
they got even
feel
more to
like
show
no
us.
one would have predicted that this was going to be
More Age of Sigmar. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
They've
I
been
guess
spoiled,
I guess
and
Sigmar was
here's
last.
something-
That
Top of the
shows you
line,
how
and
much
it's all
10th is
about
they're
the
waiting on
models.
because they don't want to show anything
yeah.
for 40K.
Okay, that looks. Oh my God, is it you? Please tell me it's you.
I
Empire.
don't
Oh,
remember
look at Steve.
taking the
Steve's
coin,
ready.
Malleus.
This is Steve's
Give it a
art.
sec.
But
Second.
here we are, trudging through the mud to bring Sigmar's light to the realms.
He looks dumpy. His armor makes him look fat.
I love it. I want it. That's great.
Lou's wallet is doomed.
Lou is gonna die. Oh, actually, I should take a picture of that before poor Lou. Give me a second here. Oh, there we go.
So, Cities of Sigmar, that is the new infantry that is on its way for the Free Peoples, basically, Sigmar's mortal followers. So, just a second.
They look dumpy. That's how you look historically.
Okay. I mean, they look peasant as shit.
Yeah, they look like
Look at the. I'm sorry, the guy on the right.
Their bodies are built for performance, not viewing.
The performance is eating competitions. Look at the guy on his right and look at his face.
He's a child soldier.
He does look like a kid. Where the one on the far left is just a super old man. I'm pretty sure he has a monocle. I think it's the living embodiment of like Mr. Peanut in human form. I don't like them. I don't like them at all.
I like them.
I
want to. I just really don't like them.
I like them because I know what historically chonkified. I'm reading the YouTube.
Like,
have they thought about how much more they have to spend for that armor to make it large enough for these men?
No, so because I teach this is how you actually looked. People think, knights were super muscular. Well, they were muscular, and they were like skinny, like in the movies. But knights had pads and pads and pads because you had to stop the chafing. You were chunky under that armor. When I say chaffing, whoops.
Not to mention, the best anti-armor weapon would be a concussive blunt force weapon.
You have to pad that
more
armor.
Padding to counter that.
Yeah. I like this. This is historically. And the hammer too. The hammer's not big and oversized and stupid. Right? It's an actual warhammer.
So pretty.
It's very old school. I like this.
They do look old school. They look
my only concern,
GW circa a decade ago.
My concern is that these are going to be one of those stupid kits where you get 2 potential arm builds per body, and that's it. There's no mixing.
I agree.
With the posing, that's my concern because we've been doing a lot of that lately, which breaks my heart, which means they will not be as easy to kit bash.
All right, summer we're getting a new General's Handbook because we get those.
I want to say, I want to say it's like 4 to 5 layers under the armor. No, I think it was like 3 to 4 layers under the armor, Dave. I'm trying to remember. I'm going to teach that next market period. I refreshed my memory, but it's like 3 to 4 layers under metal armor. It's nuts. You are chunky.
I mean, Cities Sigmar though, they're not getting their stuff till autumn. Seraphon in the summer.
They're going to land in summer.
Oh yeah,
plus another book. Plus another book, by the way.
Yeah, something else, and they're not showing us at all.
I'm not going to tell you about today. Very tantalizing, very mysterious.
The worst, Eddie.
And I am the worst.
Teasing us constantly.
True, it's all true. And then Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah, Eddie, stop teasing
us.
us.
The end of the year, so we'll keep you up to date. We'll give
Blades
you
of Corn is coming out
this year.
about the
Very
Cities of Sigmar.
good.
Whether it's Seraphon, Cities of Sigmar, or any of those other battle tomes that are on the way, it is a pretty exciting.
Yeah, Byron, I agree. If they do Old World, these are some great sculpts.
Actually, yeah, I agree with that. They're generic Elden Ring goons.
My favorite comment.
I didn't pledge.
These are the guys I killed in Witcher.
Yeah, I didn't pledge the board game for it. Or maybe this is my way to get the miniatures. What do they got?
What's this?
Generic Warhammer. Okay.
I saw Beastman.
I saw Beastman.
Oh, give it to me.
I like the music.
Then we've got to get out of here. The Hulk's going to blow. Not until we find our Iron King. Quick, search through the stasis chambers.
And by the way,
the
Steve.
Cool.
Oh no.
I'm watching this. Oh.
Get to the escape pods. The ancestors are watching.
Multi-eyes, I love it.
Steve, there's your Thalax jump pad. It's not plastic Thalax.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out to you. I'm so sorry.
But you know what that is? That's my new Davidite Priest right there.
Yeah.
You make the neck longer.
Oh, cool. It's a female, too. They did the
female. All right, more boarding.
I am a huge fan of Kill Team, and these are two amazing kill teams. And
those are nice looking kill teams. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
I do like the look of those kill teams.
So this is Gallo Fall, which gives you a hint about what might be occurring in the narrative. This is the last installment in the current season of Kill Team, which is the Into the Dark season where we're inside spaceships. And the reason this is the end of the season of this is that the Gallo Dark, the Space Hulk we've been fighting over for the past year, is crashing. It is crashing into a planet.
Okay. So what are they going to do after that? I guess they'll be on the planet.
Absolutely.
They're talking about how the Space Hulk they've been on is crashing, so I guess they'll just be on the planet after this.
Space Hulk is crashing into a planet, and this last
I like the Felgors. I don't like how much that box is going to cost because they're all like the same price.
Your kill teams have to get to
I was just gonna say.
get out of dodge.
But they give you terrain in there as well. I mean, so I'm not saying that your
team has all the
you know
hallmarks of
it's a good purchase, but GW wise, it's not too bad.
Probably the minigun.
So Steve, you see the jump pack?
These are so pretty.
You see the jump pack?
Stop reminding me, Dan. Stop reminding me. Stop breaking my heart.
Yeah,
This
sorry,
is so
Steve.
pretty, though.
I'm so
I
sorry.
like the guy on the far right with the weapon slung over his shoulder. He
Not
has
gonna
the
lie.
look
They
that
have
he's
access to the full
had enough
range
already.
of the Leagues of Votan equipment, you know, rail guns, rifles, all sorts of cool stuff. And this guy has decided he's going to go with the knuckle dusters.
I mean, they're like laser.
I want those
They
floor
are
tiles.
laser
To
knuckle
be clear.
dusters, but even so,
I mean, when in doubt, punch it.
I like some of the terrain that they showed,
Up against them, we
the
have,
pods and
the
stuff like
Felgor
that. That was
Ravagers,
really
which
good.
are Beastmen
The
warriors.
pods
They're
exist
level
already, I
Leagues of
think.
Votan
They're
in
the same ones
so
as the
based
old
on
Kill
the
Team.
current
Yeah, the
Okay.
pods exist.
Boarding actions.
Okay.
which
Did
is
that
already a
does the
really
like
flexible kit, loads of different head options and weapon
the
options. And
surgery
much like we've seen
chair
with lots of the
exist
other
currently, or is that
teams,
new?
Yes.
new sprue
Yeah,
I
that,
know
I think
there
Maplewood has
is
it as it.
Oh, they have it? Okay.
There's a surgery chair from an old objectives kit. They might have like dusted off and started casting again. It might be that one. Might be something new.
And of course, you get everything you need in the launch.
They do like
package,
adding
so
new
it's not
terrain
necessarily
in
missing
these
where
kits.
opponents would
Yes.
find it.
Yeah.
But it really is a robust kit in terms of what it adds. Of course,
These
you've
look
got
great.
the
They really do.
space
I do think they look really good.
It's probably got a better name.
Shit, I might start a
Yeah,
SWAT
I'm
army
not-
now.
I'm not a lore writer here.
I'm not. I
And,
won't
do we have
start
the rest of the
another
pictures
thing in
there?
40K until I
Well,
see the new
there's
edition,
there's
and
the
I decide if I
Plus, what better
like
inside of a
it.
spaceship than sort of a jump pack?
Yeah, that jump
Well-
pack looks real familiar.
Cool. I like the Iron
Plus,
Kin.
I still have
You've
like
got the kind of
several thousand
I will-
points worth of
I will
necromancy.
accept a squad of the jump pack guy
But a
as
reminder that
Thalax
the Iron Kin are no
proxies.
different in the eyes of the king
Because
than
it
the other
looks like it
Kings.
has
They're
3
very
wounds
cool.
and toughness 5 and a 4-up save.
Yeah, but it looks like that box got one guy with a jump
Oh,
pack.
those guys look cool.
That's the problem.
Really
Yeah.
seen Beastmen
Ooh.
in Warhammer 40,000 properly for a long time. We saw a few of them pop up in Blackstone Fortress, but they were definitely like
Okay, good.
the side thing rather than the main event.
I mean, these
Yeah.
are Emperor worshipping beastmen, right?
I
Yeah.
don't think so. Though.
They're
There's a
good.
lot of
The one on
chaos
the
spikes
right,
on
his
these
face
guys.
is a little bit weird, but
This
that's
is a
just the
brand
way
new
they
kit.
sculpted the
It's
fur.
very flexible, so much like lots of the other Kill Team kits.
Actually, yeah, that is a good point. Why don't we have Imperial Beastmen right now? Because they were absolutely a thing. They are a thing currently, even.
Between them. Each one is a specialist, so it's very
Yeah.
definitely a
I
combat
like these
focused
guys, though.
kill
They
team.
did a good job
It's got
with
some
them.
slightly stealthy ones, it's got some magic-y
I like
ones,
the
it's
magic
got
one. Look at the guy with the
some
staff. That's
extra
great.
equipment like
I
some
don't like
grenades,
the
gas grenades,
cybered
it's
up
got
guy
some
on the far
violent
right.
bits, some
He's a little bit
charging and
on the
ramming
right
stuff.
side with
Got
the
him, yeah.
he's, yeah, he's a little much, but the sort of priest or whatever in the middle I think is really cool.
Teams like the Recruit and the Eldar, the level of detail on those kits is really, really lovely. So
In the detail extends to the
I
terrain as well.
don't
You
know
can
if
see we've
Votan
got
is
the
just an
last
upgrade
expansions
sprue
to
because
the-
we
the
don't
set.
have
We've
any
got
of
a
that
coward pods
jetpack,
that
and that's a
you can
lot
pin
to be
into
just
the
an
surface
upgrade.
facing you. It's kind of an amazing set to finish off.
It
that
might be a
sort of wall
character
collection.
sprue and an
you get a
upgrade
little
sprue,
medical
maybe?
bay, which is quite cool. There's some stasis
Like a
pods.
clamshell
I
insert.
get it. This is
I
a
haven't
different
opened
theme
many of
running
these
on, but the
boxes.
beastmen kinda have
Has that a
I think what I
thing?
really
Is
like
it normally
is it's got
brand
a feel
new,
of,
or is
Well, no,
it
okay.
mostly sort
For-
of space with
you
some
basically
upgrade?
got dwarf
For the
skeletons.
Necron box, there was
They've
a
put them in
brand new
space in
clamshell-sized
They've all got, like,
Yes.
lasers, chainsaws,
sprue
And
for the
just
Necron
laser
character,
knuckle dusters.
Yeah.
It
and his
feels
little
really,
Mike
really
guy.
Warhammer at the same
And
time.
there was an upgrade sprue
completely
for the
side-on.
Death
once
Mark
again,
kit.
this whole
Yes.
Hulk that you've been
So I
That's
can
what
see
I
them
feel
doing
it's
that
gonna
again
be.
for this.
I think
Yeah.
it's probably going to be the same thing
The
though.
climactic final installment to the current season of
Oh, that
Kill
makes
Team,
sense.
Two very, very fun Kill Teams to expand it.
Kill
Man,
Team slowly
this
getting all the
terrain is
models
really fun box.
for a
I'm
lost
excited
and
to
damned
do,
army.
not to,
Yeah.
like, give another shout out to Adepticon, but
I
right over there,
agree
Oh,
with
here's the
Good
militia
luck.
army.
what, like,
Here's the militia
plus
30K
layer
army
effect
that
with
everyone
the
wanted.
dark terrain and
Just
everything
keep buying
else, you can move on
Beastmen.
the next day. So, a lot of
Yes.
excitement around the end of the
Not
season
for those
in the
prices.
dark, but also it's
But,
still kinda
but you know
all
what?
alive
It
and
might be easy to get
all
someone because people might
all
want the
over
other
the
side.
world right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, here's what you
Into the
do.
Dark
You
as a way to play won't go
pick up
away.
some of
That's
those
your
and a
inside,
bunch of old
um,
fantasy
Kill
beastmen,
Team, so
Yeah.
it's-
start
gives a very
hacking off
different feel from
limbs
playing Kill Team
and
with
converting them.
ruins and things. It's a
Be-
very claustrophobic, close.
honestly,
And both those teams actually
no one plays
Beast
Beastmen.
Votan very durable.
Oh, did he say a good
First
set to
one.
finish off the night? Did he say that was the last thing?
Team,
I didn't catch that.
very good
Oh, I
close
didn't catch
combat.
it.
You'd imagine. I haven't seen the stats in huge detail, but
They're
Beastmen
pretty good.
I'll turn them up a
notoriously
little
hard to
bit
kill.
more.
Let's not
He
forget
says.
that in Kill Team, all these teams
They
are
always have
elite
some
to
last
elite
second
sense,
thing to
right?
show
These are
us,
not
even
your
if they don't talk
run-of-the-mill
about it.
dregs. These are
I would
some
hope.
of the best going on.
Yeah.
You know, especially difficult.
Oh,
special
someone in the
operations kind
Twitch
of
chat just mentioned a big
infested
Mordheim reveal and
cars.
how cool that would be.
Bravo, well done. Andy.
Why
Excellent,
do they?
Jim.
I don't. They like hate
Anyway,
Mordheim so
what do
much
we
they
have
never want to talk about it
next?
and pretend like it doesn't exist.
Because
Well, we
what I hear
love the
is they
world of
like
crashing
gave away
into
the
too.
rights to update
Oh,
it,
wait, what?
basically.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, this is the game that no one plays.
Oh. Ooh,
But the
that's weird. looking.
sculpts are nice.
Those are weird. Oh, he
I
looks
mean, it's
cool.
Zeech.
Ew. Okay.
It's a Kaminoan. Oh my god. Okay, everyone says
I'm
Sigmar
super
gets the
excited.
best
It's a
models.
bunch
It's not
of- it's a
true.
bunch of Siege models. It
That
looks like
game
they
gets the
really-
best
really
models.
took the
Sometimes,
forefront of
yes.
what happens
Sometimes
when
I
we really
agree.
followed Siege as far as it can go. Tell us about this.
So this is a
I-
brand new season of Warhammer Underworlds, and it brings
Okay.
with it.
In chat, let me know if anyone
Stormcast
does. Does
warband,
anyone actually play this
magic
game?
Warband, and
I've
then-
heard it's reasonably good.
On the other
At
side,
one
you have
point,
the Tzeentch
at least.
warband,
I don't know.
which
Does
has
anyone
the
actually
play?
play? I'm
So-
curious.
one of the gaunt summoners of Tzeentch,
It was
the
supposed to be their
powerful
answer to
sorcerer,
X-Wing,
bodies
from what I
with
understand, was like,
Tzeentch's
oh, it's a,
band,
you know, it's your
Tzeentch's,
fast-paced,
main
competitive,
followers,
tightly
basically,
worked
and
out
a
game.
gaggle of
Yeah.
basically bits of
And
wild
I know,
magic
like,
being thrown together.
two
So if
guys
you thought
locally that
horrors were
play it.
wild and
Played
unruly,
it.
these
I've
guys
seen
are
it
the next
played
so it's
3
really hollow,
times, and it was
is
the
a
same people.
magic-themed season for
Yeah.
Warhammer Underworlds. And two
I
I think what
nice
killed it,
warbands.
for us at
This
least,
being a new
was
season, it is a really good place to
the
jump into Warhammer Underworlds if you
find the
played it
cards
before.
to make
It
your
comes
deck
with,
aspect of it.
They
all
made
the
it
things
better
that
because I
so
think
you've
they
got
later
board,
released like card
you've got,
packs or something like that. 'Cause
Yes,
that
they did,
was
they
a big
did.
problem. Yeah.
But at that point,
decks,
like,
so
everyone
you've
had
got a
written
deck
the
for
game
each
off
warband.
already,
You'll
you know?
Yeah.
more
Like, you had
deck
that first
for
release to
Okay,
catch
so
yeah.
right out of the
attention.
batch, they've got a sort of
If you miss that
decks as well that are baked into
moment,
decks.
it's
Yeah,
rough.
so
Clear
those
cut, yeah.
decks work with any of your existing warbands from any season of Warhammer Underworlds you've
Yeah,
ever had,
I just-
and also work particularly well with
I
the
don't
two warbands that come
care
with
about
it.
it enough is the problem.
I
Like,
think
some of those models do
the
look
stars
cool,
of
and I
those
wish
box
they
are,
would
I
show
think,
us
are
more
the
of that. They're
main
talking
presenters
more
of
about the
Warhammer
game.
Underworlds.
Remember, the
Push
good
the
news.
models.
Yeah.
A
The
reputation
good
of
news is
having
that
some of the
Underworld
best
models
iconic
can be used in
pieces of
Sigmar.
Warhammer, and this is kind of-
Yes,
Yes.
it takes a little bit of
And
time, but they do that.
They all get Warcry data sheets too, so that
Yes.
the box is
Ew.
Warcry band.
Okay.
Yeah, the sorcerer, she is off-putting in the best way possible.
Yeah, this is proper Tzeentch. I really like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, they're horrifying, and that's what they should be. You shouldn't feel comfortable looking at any of this.
Unit is just full of
So we got Sebulba, we got a Kaminoan, we got
Oh my God, what's a D&D creature with the 4 legs and the mouth? That's the mouth and the face.
Are you thinking of the Zorn? It's got 3
Is it like a
legs
devil
and
dog?
3 arms.
No,
Oh,
no. It's like, oh my God, it's a D. Oh my God, YouTube, please help. It was a D&D dog. It was like old second edition D&D. It was 4 legs. It was muscular like this, and it had a mouth that went like this, vertical, and it opened. Oh my God, hold on.
I'm not sure. There's so many things
This
in
one,
D&D.
yeah.
Painter to just do some really wild stuff, and I think in terms of left field out there war bands.
Oh
just
no,
miniature
was it
generally
D&D?
don't
It had to be
much more
D&D.
wild
I'm sure it was.
Very accessible too. A lot of organics, a lot of interesting flowing robes, but also a lot of.
Now these
They
are
concept up
cool.
very
I'll be
nicely.
interested to see what they do as a warband because they
On the other
will.
side of the box, we have Domitan's Storm Coven. So this is a
those
Great
are-
question, John.
Storm host,
Is that book Horus
Storm
Heresy
Tech unit.
Thursday?
They
No,
are
Horus Heresy
equipped in
Thursday is
Thunderstrike
going to be
armor, so
announcing
they
that you
fit in
could
alongside the recent releases
buy
of,
even
alongside things like Dominion.
less of a dreadnought.
No,
You sell,
it'd be what
just the
tank is
head.
next. What no, it'll be some tank. It'll be part of a tank.
It'll be the Cerberus.
Yeah,
They
much
announced
nicer
it's
Cerberus.
coming, but it's going to be a focus on the Cerberus.
That's
Because
true.
we already know it.
Yeah, we already got the Typhon. Hey, Cerberus next. I hope it's not a focus on the book because there should be the focus as soon as they upload it on their website. Because I've been checking, they've only put the Lion one up yet. So someone over in Nottingham sleeping on the job at 2 in the morning there.
Gosh,
Or whatever
how
time
dare
they
they?
said.
This started at 3 a.m. for them, so now it's
3?
like
Okay.
4 in the
There's a lot of
morning.
different decks you can use.
Or if
So
you're like
you
in
can
Japan, it's like
the rivals
mid-afternoon
decks
or something like that, I think.
Yeah, like in Australia, it's
crazy.
currently like
Other rivals
2
decks that you
or
can
something
use.
like that.
I
in
think
the
they said
afternoon.
started at
Or
2,
with
yeah,
any
2
other
p.m. there.
warband in Warhammer Underworld. So the box set itself is a really flexible gaming box that you can play on its own. You can incorporate it into other warbands you've got, into other seasons, or you can use it as the core of a brand new hobby, basically.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
good to see
know.
that more
I got
people
I
are
got so
actually
many other
recognizing
things. I don't
that new
care what they're doing
element
for
of
them. The models
the
look great though.
models has really brought to the fore that it is, no matter how you purchase it, one of those things that has infinite flexibility.
Forge
whether
World
it's just for
posted
a
it?
regular game
Okay.
occasion with your
I didn't check
local
their
game
thing.
group, or whether it's building into that scene to go to things like the World Championships and
Yeah.
everything in between.
So Rivals, for those of you that don't know, Rivals for Underworlds is effectively pre-made decks. You can choose from either the deck that comes with your warband.
Oh,
or from a
okay.
selection
They
of
do more
other,
pre-made decks for it
generic
now, which is a
decks,
better way to
and
do it.
makes very
Okay,
accessible.
I dig that.
It's
don't
absolutely
need to have
necessary
bought
because
loads
I
of
do
different
remember in the
expansions
beginning
for
you'd have to
Warhammer
hunt down
Worlds.
cards, and that
Yes.
was a
It's
terrible,
about
terrible
binge.
thing.
You just go, I just need that deck. It might come in one box alongside your warband, or you could just pick up a box like this, which comes with lots of different options, and all of a sudden, all of your warbands can use a variety of different decks to play. So it's a
Fast-paced
really
Warhammer at
And the
end
Forge
of
World
your
website's
any time.
terrible
Really
on the
nice.
phone. They don't let you like zoom in or anything. All right,
Grand
that's
class.
fine. I was just looking at it briefly. Can't do anything with it.
What do we have
But-
next?
I think we're finished.
Yeah, we
No,
done?
they're
We're
not
finished.
finished.
Is that it?
Yeah, so-
Liars.
Well, I'm glad everyone got up at 3 a.m. UK time to
Yep.
listen to this amazing preview. We got to see
I
Lion.
hate when
That was pretty
people
cool.
We
just
got to
like,
see Underworld.
oh
we
yeah,
got to
that's
see
like
a
no,
whole bunch of stuff for Age of
just show
Sigmar.
something. I know you're
Times.
going to.
I'm pretty tired here. We did
You
a
got
live
that
preview
sly
at
look on your
Adepticon, an
face,
amazing
Eddie.
Show. I think we've got nothing left to cover, right?
There was the one thing.
Don't do Epic, please. Please don't do
Are
this.
we actually going to do
We're
that?
gonna
Don't
do it,
do
yeah.
this.
Should we roll the
Please,
video?
please.
No.
I beg you.
All right. Well, hey, let's see.
To be like be
Jump
something
in,
stupid.
come on, it's-
We're in our
I
fine.
can't.
Go ahead.
Steve, wipe that fucking smile off your face. Do it. Okay, it's Warhammer. Okay, we're good.
It could
We're
still
good.
be epic.
Just don't do this,
Yeah.
please.
What are they gonna show us? Nice.
Oh, okay. What we got
Okay,
here?
we're good.
This is
Oh.
pretty.
Victory. That is what the preachers cry from the spires of their temples. What commanders tell the soldiers in their service.
Oh, that's
The
neat.
Indomitus Crusade meets with triumph after triumph. Day by day we tear Imperium Nihilus from the despoiler's grip. And though we are beset on all sides, with each battle we drive back the mutant, the heretic, the alien. As I speak these words, our forces engage the remnants of Leviathan.
Wait, so that's it? They beat Leviathan?
According to him.
Reclaiming lost worlds, atoning for old shames. A crusade to cleanse the stars. Taking the fight to the enemy.
Oh, that's new. Oh,
That's
that's new. Yeah, it's a super killer.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. That makes me
That's a new
so
Dreadnought.
happy.
That's
That
a new
is
Dreadnought. That's a new Dreadnought.
We routed the Tyranids at Baal. We broke
Okay,
their
hold
high
on. What are
fleet.
you showing me here? What are you doing to me?
Soon, their foulness will be but a memory.
That's a new one.
That
That's a
is
Gravis
what the
armor
preachers say.
That's a new Dreadnought. Holy shit.
New gun too on the space. Oh my god.
Relief will not save us. Lies will not protect us. But it is our hope that will damn us.
Primaris Terminators?
Oh, I don't like those dogs. I don't like them. I like the hard I still like the dogs.
In the spies and the slums.
That's new. Okay, so we're trying trikes. What the hell are those?
Our people sing of victory. Victory as the galaxy burns. Victory as the Imperium rots around us. Victory as humanity rages against the dying of the light.
My wallet is so fucked.
Victory.
Wait, I don't.
Okay.
My
New
wallet is
edition
so
of
fuckt.
Warhammer 40,000.
Alright.
Who knew?
It-
Who knew?
Nobody called that,
Nobody.
actually.
Nobody
It
had
was
any idea.
New edition.
so good. I gotta tell you,
Nobody knew.
growing
Absolutely.
up my whole life as a fan, there's something about the grim
new
dark
edition.
41st millennium that when you watched, and it was
Their
beautiful,
that
it was
website still
stunning.
has nothing
You
on it
watched
currently.
Sister, Adepta Sororitas.
Yeah.
and
Someone said, Sean
Ultramarines
said, yeah, it's
crushing
Castafarum.
some
By looking at the
Necrons. There was
Dreadnought.
a little bit of hope.
I think it was.
I don't think
The one that
Castafarum
died
is
was, yes.
That
The one they showed later was
Castafarum's that big.
Castafarum looking to me.
Castafarum's not that big.
That was not a happy video.
Not the
First time I
original,
went
one of the
to
later
that,
ones,
and
yeah.
I'm still excited at how not happy it was, actually.
But I think it just gives you like a sense of the absolute horrific.
Also, can I say,
Yeah.
I like the fact that the humans are losing. I like.
They're always losing.
No,
Humans
no,
always
this is
lose.
Against
this is
Tyranids,
like-
they always do, unless they're Blood Angels. Then
Yeah.
Kabanda
No,
bails
Blood
them out.
Angels. Well, yeah, Kabanda.
But
does no,
against
not-
anything else, the humans usually always do
It
lose.
is awful.
That's very,
No, but
very
this is
common.
like this is
It
like
was a wonderful place to
this
have
is
a hobby.
depressing.
And
Like
one
seeing
of the
Gilliman and all the
things
red
actually
planets just turning
more
red,
about it.
and seeing
And we'll tell
the
you
coolest
about it
scene.
first.
Yeah, they're not. It doesn't look like they're going to show us.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no, I was wrong. They're going to show us.
Warhammer 40,000
No,
is the
they're not.
world's most popular tabletop miniatures game.
I was like wrong about everything they were doing for this.
Players command armies of genetically enhanced super soldiers, brutal monsters, powerful aliens, and destructive
that's a new
war
Dreadnought. I
machines
told you.
That
to
one,
play
I'm
out
not talking about that one, a
spectacular
different
battles in the 41st
It's a
millennium.
They're showing
redemption
more than one
Dreadnought.
thing.
Our mantra with this new edition has been streamlining.
We've been listening to the community, and that's a large part of why we've decided to focus the game as much as possible.
How can we keep the tactical depth and richness that players love, but examine every rule in the game? Does this need to be here, or is there another way that we can achieve the same result?
To secure victory, you must understand your strengths and the strengths of your enemy.
We've
Less
fundamentally
strategies.
changed the datasheets from the ground up.
Making them much more accessible and really focusing
Please
the
say
rules onto the
stratagems are
datasheet
dead.
themselves. What the team's been able to do with this is really look at every unit in the game, make sure it has a really clear battlefield role and a thing for it to do, and then write the right rules for it.
Your datasheet rules all fit on a single card, and your army rules will fit on a single page.
One of the things we wanted to ensure was that
Oh.
everyone got to play 40k as soon as possible
Whoa.
after the edition was launched.
Please tell me someone
So
saved
to
that
make
one without
happen,
stat sheet.
all of the rules for everyone's armies
someone
via the
clip
data
that.
sheets and their army rules will be available for free.
From the
What?
darkness
Ready to
between
clip
the
it.
stars, a twisted mockery
Army
of
rules
evolution
are gonna be free.
spawns fresh horrors.
It's a galaxy at war. This is the onset
God,
of what
tried
the
to clip
Imperium
it.
will regard as the fourth Tyrannic War. This is the largest Tyranid swarm ever recognized in the galaxy, emerging where no one's expected it. The Segmentum Pacificus.
To be a warrior of the Emperor in such times is to face an array of nightmares.
What we've managed to achieve with this edition is a game that players of Warhammer 40,000 will love for its tactical depth and choices, but is streamlined and plays much quicker.
The end result is faster, while still keeping all the flavour that you've come to love in Warhammer 40,000.
For players who've been with Warhammer 40,000 for the last 35 years, they've never seen anything like this before. We've never shown conflict at this scale.
Immersive and thrilling new gameplay. Discover a major new narrative in the Fourth Tyrannic War. the new edition of Warhammer 40,000 deploys this summer.
I'm surprised. I didn't think they were going to talk about it so much here.
Look at Steve. He's so excited.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Give me my Screamer
So
Killers,
the
please.
Warhammer
Good
So
God.
it is a new
Have to say
Dreadnought.
about
I'm
some of
not
the changes.
crazy.
Sounds very exciting.
It's very exciting. We'll talk about some of them in
Do they
depth,
have this
in
listed up
fact, in
anywhere? I
this
want to see
very
that.
live
I want to see
stream,
that
Eddie,
sheet.
but,
I want to see that.
it's-
Yeah, I want to see that
fascinates
battle
me
Their
card.
because there's a
website itself
bunch
isn't
to
up yet.
unpack
It
about
comes
new
the
edition,
23rd,
not least of
but
which
it's
is
not
what
And
listed.
yes, they said the rules are free and the
Absolutely.
they said armies are
The
free.
data sheets, yeah.
They said the data sheets are free.
So it's an AOS almost level of reset.
GW
It
is
needs
making.
Well as what the
They really
free
should have.
rules
Yeah.
mean, because there's a lot more to that than what you
Yeah,
might
there's
expect.
lots of lines there thrown away which have quite big implications.
Yeah, we'll take some time to get to you, but I feel like the one thing we're missing is, well, the reason
It's
we've
the
all gotten into
miniatures.
the hobby in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first place. Why don't we take a look at
Miniatures.
some miniatures?
Okay, they're going to show us some stuff. What are they going to show us? Now you'll find out if it's new or not.
It's got to be new.
It's just upscaled, and oh my god, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm buying this for Horus Heresy.
Wait, was it just one miniature? Stop that.
Don't tell us this community page and then don't make it an active page.
So, Terminators are back. These are the first company of the Space Marines. Each one of those chapters has Terminators. They are the best of
Okay,
the
so
best
there's-
of the Space Marines.
okay, now they're showing us some.
and
Hashtag
the
new 40K, look at that.
Miniatures are absolutely what
Oh.
Terminators
Yeah, they're just bigger.
always were in your mind. These are indomitable,
And the details are actually
walking
sharp.
powerhouses of destruction.
They're closer to a
juggernauts
true
of
scale.
hate and fury unleashed upon
I
the
wonder how
enemies
big
of
this would be
mankind.
next to custodians.
Brought up to speed.
course you
Because
would.
Terminators.
If
no,
that's
no.
still a 40
Edition,
mil base,
as well as the way that the miniatures
They'll be
are
the same size.
perfect.
scaled over time.
Yeah, which is
And
exactly
They'll be
what Terminator should be.
slightly
As I
more
was
erect.
watching the chat during some of the videos earlier, I saw a bunch of
Ah,
people saying,
tactical
Yeah,
rock.
someone's saying about
What
it.
a-
Is that we're getting for
Terminator
Harrison. Yeah,
miniatures
they're not
and-
showing
What
us
a
anything.
show.
It's all
New Terminator
40K from
miniatures.
Hey,
Are
this is a Horus Heresy
stunning.
model.
All
It's a
of the
troops
Justice
choice.
League.
It's
That
a
is
support
true.
squad, but it's a troops
All of the
choice.
Justice
It
League
is
aesthetic
lined if you're running
fusion
Pride of
with
the
Terminators
Legion.
in the first place.
Actually, I don't own
Scale
any
it
of the
to justify
Indominus
what they
ones.
are.
I should actually
So
get some.
They stand really
Fun
well.
fact,
in
I've
the
never
army.
bought the
They
Bolter
stand taller
Indominus
than,
Terminator squad. I've only ever bought the
Primaris
Assault
Marine.
squad.
One of the things that's worth saying about these Terminators is that
Mainly
these
because Black
aren't
Reach gave me all the
necessarily,
shoots Terminators I never need.
Primaris Terminators. They're not necessarily firstborn
Oh,
Terminators.
man.
Any Space Marine can earn the right to wear a suit of Terminator armor if they prove themselves to get promoted to the first company. If they prove themselves to be worthy of the mantle of wearing Terminator
Not
armor.
Primaris,
So
not
these
firstborn.
could be worn by
Anything.
veterans of the
Oh, hell
firstborn
yeah.
veterans of the previous tyrannic
That's weird.
wars.
They're
Oh,
actually doing
man.
really
Could also
bad
be
about
worn
updating their
by
websites.
Primaris veterans
Usually
of the
by now they
Indominus
have most of it
Crusade or
up.
any other type of Space
They're
Marine.
probably
This
all
is
like
true
screaming in
for
joy
the
about new
models.
Tyranids
This
and
is
new
not always the
Terminators.
way that they were
They're too
intended,
busy like
and it is it
They have-
was
they have-
peaky
they have
because
some
they've
of it,
actually handled both
but-
the long-running demand for new firstborn miniatures and
Here we
for
go, I'm taking
Primaris
a look at some
Terminators.
of it
Because they're
now.
both. They are, when all is said and
It's
done.
just the Siege of
Terminators.
Gothonia. Okay, they do
It could
show
be
that
anyone
same picture
inside
from.
those
The
hulking
the
pieces of
Terminator
armor.
suits themselves are relics, right? So these are thousands of years old.
They
Even
fixed the
Belisarius
backpack.
call after 10,000 years of fiddling around.
Yes.
The
with
backpack
tech
is
he
no
had,
longer
you
looking
couldn't
stupid. It's
improve
actually got like
the
vents.
Terminator suit.
Well, it
It
had
had-
vents
it
before,
had
but
vents before.
But it was, like, very blocky.
It was very deeply set so that it looked like his back was messed up with it before.
Yeah.
This- oh, man.
So zooming in on that Horus Heresy mission they showed, it is progressive scoring. At the end of each player's turns, the active player scores 1 victory point if they control a single objective, and 3 if they control 2. You also get core secondaries, and game turn 4, the player at the end of game turn 4, the player with the highest points wins. That's their one mission, so it ends in 4 turns. I'm gonna turn their thing down a little bit.
Oh, like the demon summoning mission.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is their size.
Other side of the
Okay.
So next to a Primaris, they're about the same size.
Oh, wow, they are big boys.
They're
Yeah,
a lot
they're the
bigger than the
same-
old ones, yeah.
They're the same size as custodians, which is what this perfect
Oh,
size.
no.
necessarily, but really fits much more prominently within the range of miniatures that are available for the Space Marine.
They're
faction.
gonna make Heresy
Perfectly
models look
land
so
in the wave
small.
of miniatures we've seen in
Yes,
the
they
past.
are.
These are also bigger than Chaos Terminators, that means, if they're this big.
They're the same size as. Yeah.
Something like a Primarch.
I've done the Death Shroud
on the line,
30k
leading a
next
squad of these
to
guys.
the current
Obviously,
Death Shroud,
every
and it is
chapter,
laughable
all the main
how
chapters
different
we
in
know about
size they
have
are.
their own particular special brand
The
of
40k
Terminator.
one is so much bigger.
Um,
He's like a
first
full
company
head and a
of-
half
of
taller.
The Ultramarines that have their particular beef against the Tyranids.
They do.
All right, what else?
They've
is
got
there?
some serious
Anything
beef.
else cool?
So every chapter's Terminators are cool,
not.
and these models allow
Well,
you to
I
be
do
who
appreciate the
Terminators
fact that
always should have been.
the eye level between the Terminator and the non-Terminator is the same.
Yes.
That's one thing that always bugs when people true scale their Terminators is they give them like the thickest Cubans to walk around on.
Oh, hello. Another video?
It's part of the same
They're
one.
gonna show now the combi weapon Primaris squad. I don't like it. I don't like this.
Why?
I'm sorry. I don't like this.
Why?
I like it.
What don't you like?
I like them.
They're bigger. They're gaunts. They're not supposed to be big.
I don't think they're big. I think it's still on a 28.
No, they're big. Even if they're on 20, even if they're still on a 25, they're big.
Forces of the hive mind, they spawn them out in their millions and their billions
Let's
across
see.
the planets they're seeking to consume. And the
Stupid
new Termagants
website's
are,
probably gonna go up midday tomorrow.
A glow up, basically, of the Termagants we've seen.
It's also the first model I ever painted.
That's
a little known fact is that a Termagant.
Here's the thing about Termagants, right?
Now I can't wait to paint.
You run massive
No, they're
squads
tiny.
of them.
Those are
You run
25
up-
mil bases.
You don't know that yet. Remember,
true.
they're moving away from 25s and
Yeah.
moving to 28.5s
We'll-
for everything.
We'll know for sure when they actually show it. They're gonna show it next to a current.
I'm sorry, I don't like these at all.
Well, man, what don't you like about them?
Is
I
it
like
just
them.
literally the size because they look bigger? Is that the problem?
Part of it's the size, part of it is they look like Legion of Everblight more than they look like Tyranids.
Ah, no, I see.
And
it
those
ahead.
legs are weirdly thick.
They do, yeah. They do have
Gaunts
some
are
large
supposed to
bits.
be these scrawny little things you throw forwards and they die and you don't care because you invest minimal resources. Making them this yoked is unnecessary. Because that little thing is yoked.
They hit a squat planet and just got bigger legs.
Unknowable element of the Tyranid with the new range. I'm so excited to see.
Also, I don't think a gaunt needs. I mean,
Yeah, I actually say, Mike, if you want a sense of like which new miniatures.
it is a mix of the old school and new school gaunts because it has the little ridgy things on the backs. But how many
There we
head
go.
miniatures are there?
Oh, it is tiny bit big. Oh, it's so the base.
Oh, that's not
is-
so bad actually. That's not so
No,
bad.
yeah, that's not nothing. And it is a 28 though. The base
It
is
is,
bigger.
yeah, it is upsized face.
So it is a 28.5.
I mean, it's
It's
a glow up for sure when you compare even just the back, how it used to be just very flat, and you'd have to kind of paint the detail. Now you
that's
have
the thing.
detail.
When you had 500 gaunts to build, or well, like 150,
Yeah.
not having those ridges made it easier because you just whoosh, done. You dry brush. If you're fancy, you feather it. The Forge World models actually had that ridge structure sculpted in. That kind of little line texture.
They were mostly just to come out of a Tervagan, I think. I painted them before.
I don't know.
I actually like it more.
Showing the side by side, it shows you how little detail the old one had.
Yeah, but
I own them.
I
own the whole
don't like the
Tyranid army.
biceps. I don't like the biceps.
Okay, I
And
can
the
see
mid
that.
arms, I think, are too big.
What do you think about Angron's wings?
And besides just the miniatures,
The muscular Angron wings. You don't like those?
Those are that's
So
weird.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not
So
it doesn't make sense, but it's Angron, it's demons, so whatever. I don't like muscular
The new
gaunts.
edition of Warhammer 40,000 is the new
Velociraptor,
Also-
yeah, I think it's just going to be stuff like this. They're going to maybe show us one or two other things. They're ending soon either way. But
Show me
yeah,
the
if,
new-
if you're
show
looking
me the new
for
Dreadnought.
if you're looking for something that's not 40K, you're safe. I feel.
Has a big culmination, a big showdown between the forces of the Angels of Death and the forces of Chaos.
Yeah, Steve doesn't like Tyranids dummy
I
thick.
agree, Alan. They look
I
really
have
bad
a
with
sick.
wings.
See, I have a sickness for the thickness.
You do.
Steve prefers
I-
his more
Light.
skinnier.
Tyranids typically come from.
They
come from the east.
there's just Tyranids are strong because there's a lot of them,
Yeah.
not
You went
because
on
an
numbers.
individual gaunt is scary.
Listen, I just like my stuff dummy thick. What can I say?
You throw gaunts until the las guns run out of charge. When our las guns out of charge, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, so what you've,
It's not worth the biomass investment to have a thick
There we
gaunt
are.
like that.
Imperium's been fighting them for quite a long time,
What?
and they thought they kind of got their measure, right?
No,
They
the fluff of Leviathan.
Broke
Baal,
their fleets at Baal.
yeah, they thought they might have, like, you know, seen the the peak of Leviathan halted, and that's absolutely not true. What we're seeing now is from the other side of the galaxy, this enormous, great tendril, this sweeping mass of Tyranids, the largest.
Okay, so they
invasion
thought
we've
they had
seen yet,
Leviathan beat
swooping
and
in
not
from the
even
other
remotely.
side.
Got
It's
it.
still part of Leviathan.
Yeah, so Leviathan is kind of crushing both sides of the galaxy. The galaxy is literally in the jaws of Hive Fleet Leviathan.
This, to
and
me,
it's giving like a sense of the absolute scale and cosmic horror of the Tyranids, which everybody knew was huge, but this is like, we thought
That's
it was
what you
just going
said?
from one direction, and actually the galaxy is completely surrounded. There are Tyranids
it's
coming from all
huge and
sides.
stunning change.
Delayed
Five.
reaction.
Reflecting sort of the scope, scale, alien nature, and sort of almost the terminal threat that Tyranid represent. It's not an unknowable, who knows how much more it is. They're so large that the entire galaxy is now surrounded
Absolutely,
effectively.
yeah. So just another apocalypse to add to the growing list. For the
Yeah,
game.
those gaunts are huge.
Well,
Those arms.
should we talk a little
Hey.
bit about the
Let's,
rules?
let's talk rules, yeah.
How big changes?
It's one of those things we're not sure. Anyone would wonder how much will we talk about the
Rules, okay,
reveal,
okay,
right, with the cinematic, but we'll do that. We'll talk a little bit about what does new.
Oh,
for
wow,
the
they're
game
going
bring
in. Okay, this is a
Quiet.
lot longer than
from
I
the
thought.
game perspective. First one is we mentioned that the game has been streamlined. It's been simplified. The game is not simple. Let's remember this is still Warhammer 40,000. It's still the game that we all sort of know and love, and it has all of the hallmarks of Warhammer 40,000 that our community has grown up around, enjoying recreating battles in the battlefield. But from a simplification perspective, there's been an enormous amount of work
Velociraptor.
done
Have
to
a good
make
one.
the game less dense, to make redundancy and minor rules spread across numerous publications less complicated, and to streamline everything into sort of, and we'll talk about it a little bit as we go through a couple of these next elements of the game.
Okay.
A good
so,
example is instead of having
my impression so far of the Tyranids is I want the Screamer Killer.
A Space Marine detachment.
I want to see the
instead.
Screamer
Space
Killer.
Marines
Whatever they do
might
there,
have
I'm gonna
a
love.
book that has several pages.
Screamer
of
Killers
strategy,
are-
Oh, wait,
several
wait.
pages of psychic powers. You have warlord traits. You have relics. You have all these
Okay.
rules and layers of rules.
like-
And then if
It's
you want
quite a
to
lot to learn,
it's
right,
a lot. And if
before
you
you
want to
bring it
make
to the
them
table.
Ultramarines and add them
Tell
on
me
top
we're
of that,
reducing
more
it.
pages of rules and stratagems and so on and so forth. What
Go
we didn't
heresy
want to
with
do is
this
get
shit.
rid of the value of things like stratagems and enhancements to your warlord or to some of your key character units. But
I
they've been
agree,
simplified
reactions.
down so that when you're
We're
playing,
keeping
you'll have one
strats.
full page spread open. And on that one full page spread, you'll have a series of stratagems.
One
about
page?
6
I'm down
on
with
average
that.
per army,
There we go.
as well as a series of upgrades to your warlord. To your
Okay.
armies,
1 page per army,
and,
yeah.
a sub-faction
6
rules,
stratagems is the
effectively, to
perfect
whatever your
number.
army may be. And if you choose to play a different grouping, let's say you go from Ultramarines to Ultramarines First Company, instead of adding a whole other book to the whole experience, you'll take that one-page spread of rules and replace it with a different one, so that you're always working with a really tight, streamlined set of rules, but still the
That's
same
interesting.
depth that you
I
have today
like
within your army,
this.
different stratagems, different abilities.
Okay.
And then a number of different stratagems, rules, and other things have been taken and put back onto the data sheet to really bring the units to
It's
the
what they do with
forefront of the game
demons.
as an experience again. So as opposed to
And
putting
they're
down
moving
units
strats
and then
back to
playing a
data
lot
sheet.
of the game
Thank
as it was from
God.
the front of the book, there's a greater emphasis for many of those
Okay.
rules moving into the data sheets and moving into the overall game experience. We also have key changes to phases. They've been streamlined. We
Nothing new in the
have,
picture.
The morale phase has been moved into the command phase and rejiggered entirely with something called Battle Shock, which we may talk about a little bit more here. The psychic phase has been broken down
Interesting.
into the actual data sheets of the rules and
So,
abilities.
so it's not a psychic phase
There
anymore.
isn't
that's
an
a
actual
key,
psychic
that's a key
phase.
change.
They're going all
anymore
AOS
in the
on
game.
it.
Instead, psychic
wow, no
abilities
more
are
psychic
baked into the
phase.
units themselves.
So-
They still work in some ways evocative of how
So heresy
powers work
style,
today.
Heresy
It's not
style,
an entire
yeah.
phase that applies in very different ways to different
So,
armies.
for example, a librarian might have smite, which would
Good
be a
news,
ranged
Tao.
attack
There's
with a-
one less
Heresy.
phase you don't
Yes,
fight
with
in.
reflections of things like the hazardous nature of using it
heresy.
at a very high level, with the potential to inflict mortal wounds and other things, but still focused as basically a shooting attack. Whereas, some of the
So you
psychic
still have
powers
mortal
that might
wounds in
buff
the
unit or
system,
debuff unit
okay.
are more baked into an ability within the data sheet as opposed to an entire phase oriented around that functionality, and it better reflects the sort of strengths and weaknesses of different psychers. Someone like a Primaris psyker within the Astro Militarum might not be as reliable getting off their abilities as Magnus the Red, who's probably not going to fail them in your typical
So
battle.
Magnus the Red has a ranged psychic attack, but it's like a really good ranged psychic attack. Right?
Absolutely, and
As
it's
well as a
bespoke to
range
the
of
way
other
that he
psychic
works
abilities.
as well, as opposed to just a generic psychic ability that every other psyker has.
Okay.
Yeah, you,
I like
mentioned a little
that.
bit about morale and battle shock there. I think obviously we'll
Oh,
dive
yo,
into all of
Blue,
these rules
welcome
in a
to
lot
the
more
chat.
detail on the
Sorry you got an
community
overnight.
site over the coming weeks and months. But I think one of the things that I really like about the new edition, the changes, is that
40K
you don't lose models
rules
in morale
are
anymore. You don't have
free.
No,
you
you
don't
don't.
fail a morale tech and actually
and
just take
morale
units
is
off. It just changes the way that unit interacts with the game.
It does. It works much more like a unit that's been broken up and banged up within a very fast-paced, sort of almost modern firefight, and that those units might not interact as well with rules and with grabbing objectives and other things as they normally would. Additionally, it has much more relevance throughout the game, whereas today you might, kill off most of the models in a unit. They barely pass the morale test. A couple models survive, and they go hide in a corner on an objective all game, and they're basically fine from then on out, even though most of their units been devastated. Battle Shock will have less of an impact on models disappearing from the board and more of an impact on testing their metals.
How reliable is that unit now in the
yes.
battlefield?
Once a unit has been damaged to a certain degree, it may become less reliable on a regular basis each turn, depending upon how they hold themselves together in the face of the ongoing attrition of a battlefield.
Should we talk about stratagems a little bit?
There's definitely fewer stratagems to remember. There's many more stratagems that are core stratagems that you'll commonly see in gameplay.
It's interesting. I can get behind that if they do it right. Like at half strength, it's a -1 to hit, for example.
Of that faction, you'll
I
take
can see
those
that.
6 stratagems away and replace them with 6 new ones that are for that variation, i.e. Ultramarines versus Imperial Fists or something similar to that effect.
So you have a very common, a list of common stratagems that everyone can use, and that's a little bit bigger than it is now. And then you have a much smaller list of ones that are specific to the faction.
Yep, and they're much more focused on really impactful stratagems you'll want to use on a regular basis. There's also fewer command points in the game by a significant margin, and so there's much more of a focus on using the right stratagem at the right time, rather than dumping all of your command points on turn 1 into
It's
a
literally
series
Sigmar.
of
Keyword
combos that
command
makes it
points.
feel
So
like you're playing against, again, the front of
moving
the deck as opposed
strats
to the armies and the data sheets that
into
are on the
unit
tabletop.
entries.
Also, let's be very clear.
Sigmar has that, yeah.
We've re-indexed the game.
Yeah.
All of the index rules are free, and are free on day 1, as are all of the core rules to play the game.
Okay,
So that
that's.
means on the
But
first
are
day
you
of
still
the
going to
game,
sell
it's
some
got
books
bad
later? Is
planning,
the big
which I
question.
do.
Yeah, they did this with
They're
A
going
rules.
to. They're going
Get
to.
all my
Yeah,
data sheets
absolutely.
indexes
like
were
play a
always
game
free
with
when
an
they
army
did
for
index
And all your
40K.
army rules as well. Now,
Well,
there's nothing
indexes
particular
weren't
that's
free,
in
but they were
all of them
more
are
Okay.
available.
Yes.
Play
Okay.
the
So
points are
they teach you one
Sigmar,
better.
when they were in their index era, was free.
So there's also the
and
ability
then
to
they
purchase
promptly
indexes
said,
because
"Let's
if
sell
wanna
you a
have them,
million
you can have
books
actual physical data
afterwards."
sheet cards.
Yeah.
So
No
those are a
longer-
little bit like the War Scroll
Okay.
cards in
Yep.
Warhammer
Little bit
40K.
like
So
Age of
free
Sigmar,
all
or
of the rules are kind of
Or
printed.
card, but yeah, or you can buy some
I'm
cards.
with
no
that.
longer necessarily need to
I'm
I'm
buy
fine
with
with
that.
that. I don't
if
mind
your
buying
army
cards
only
for something to
uses
make my
10
life easier.
Data sheets instead of the 180 you have in Space Marine or however many it is these days. You only need to bring those data sheets with you instead of lugging the whole book because, again, you just have that one open page or a couple of data cards of your actual army rules and stratagems, and then your individual data
So
sheets.
that was
from
that
there.
was a common thing, wasn't it? That we were being told from
There
the
it is.
community was like,
Hold on.
They like the
Toughness,
40,000
save,
game, but there's a lot of
wounds,
rules to carry
leadership.
around, right? There's
Yes.
rules bloat in terms
The
of
ballista
things you
skill
have
moves
remember,
to the
plus
weapon
amount
now.
of books you
Okay.
need to take with you when you play a game. And
Interesting.
you've got less
All,
things to
it's all
remember,
the same
less
on that
things to
one,
know
but that'll
about
be
your
interesting when they
opponent's army,
differentiate that a bit.
And the weapon
variety
skill
of it
depends
in
on the
terms of, like,
weapon.
the
So it's
features
no
you
longer
have.
tied to the
And
model,
army
it's tied
building
to the
itself, as
weapon.
we just saw
So
in
maybe a
back there,
pistol
if we'll
shoots
go back
worse
to that one
than.
image we
It's
had
it's
just
more like
before
to
this
do
one.
in Sigmar.
Army
Your
building
different
Yeah.
weapons are
itself
different.
is
Yeah.
simplified.
I like.
And
Okay.
it's when
I
we
took
say
a
it's
picture
simplified,
of
it is a
those
much more
stats.
accessible thing to get into, and we've done a lot of interesting things with the rules to make it more innovative
Okay.
and more immersive.
They give you
to
the
build a
save, a
diverse army
leadership.
as opposed to just taking only the best units.
What do you think the
or
last
on
thing
paper, the
is?
best units, and the way it's
I-
been
Looks
I
like
didn't
an
see it. I didn't take
OC
a
or a
picture.
take a
DC.
character, your warlord. You take up to 3
OC2?
of any.
Put it
data
up on the
sheet,
Discord so
or
I
up
could
to
see it.
6 of any, basically.
Yeah.
Or dedicated transport data sheet, and that's it.
Put it up on the
so you need to
Discord.
have a
Up to
Up to
warlord,
six
six
you
troops
take
or
up to
3.
3 of
Okay.
most units.
So you catch that? It was up
Additionally,
to
there's
3
been
of
great
data
deal
sheet or
work
3 of a
putting
troop,
things
6 of a
what
troop.
used to be
Okay.
individual unit
So the rule of
stratagems and
3
other
is kinda
abilities
still in
into the
there.
data sheet itself.
Good.
And there's a
Good.
variety of rules that are tailored to work with this type of army building. A good example being that a Space Marine captain might have a really powerful ability, but only one model per turn can use that ability, and so taking a second or third one isn't necessarily a value add. And there's many different units that, instead of there being a stratagem where
Okay,
after
so
your
each
unit
ability only
shoots and
procs
targets a
once,
unit,
makes
now your other
sense.
units get a benefit against it. There might
see
be
how
a
you
key
posted
unit
it.
that provides that.
Yeah, I'm
extra
posting
benefit
it
to
to
your army.
our
So working in a
specific spot. You
combined
can
arms
post
way
it in the
and
general.
leveraging
I
different
can't
data
because I
sheets
can't
from
mess
your
with my
army
screen.
in an innovative way
Got
is
it.
oftentimes by design much
It should be
more
loading
impactful,
in.
Yeah, got you already.
useful and
Yeah.
interesting
Okay.
than simply taking 3 of one thing and 3 of the other. So army building has been simplified, but the depth and interest in actually building a diverse force has been a major focus for how the data sheets have been built and how the army rules have been designed.
So every unit basically has got
What
their,
is-
their thing. Like they've got the thing they bring to your
DC.
army. So
That's what I'm saying. I think
in
it's.
a
I
way
think it
that at
might
the
be an
moment you might be
OC
relying on
actually when I
stratagems or
zoom in,
something
but
to
I'm
do a
not sure. It's
particular,
either D or an O.
niche or to fill a particular need. a lot of the time the unit.
Oh, that's
will
interesting.
allow you to.
Yeah,
do
I don't know
so
what that
that's
is.
why you take that particular unit.
Much greater focus on your
I'm waiting
army
for when
doing
they
the work
post
of
it somewhere
the
else.
army as opposed to How can I take the most optimal units and then use my
So
stratagems?
strength
or the
is
resource
not a
funnel
model
to do
trait
all the work?
anymore. It's
so
a
I think
weapon.
we had an example data
trait.
sheet that
We
might
do
be
have an
worth
example.
talking
I love
through
that.
some of the things, 'cause
Skills
it's
Okay,
quite
tied
yeah.
to the
Is that an
weapon.
OC or a
Data sheets are
DC?
heavily different, and with the
That's
the
OC.
decision to index, there's also the opportunity to revamp.
That's
the page.
OC.
Looks
And
cool.
I'm on
there's
max
fact
screen.
abilities,
Here you
faction
can see the
synapse. So
termagants,
that's a keyword
which is quite
that
cool.
they then have.
They have an ability that focuses on how the unit behaves and is very thematically
I,
tied to them.
I guess one of the things
Oh,
before
it's
we
a
get
synapse
too
ability,
into
okay.
Oh,
is
it's
that,
big now,
the
it's
data sheet
big
does
now,
look quite
okay.
different, but
Yeah.
actually the effect in terms of what it does in the game is not a million miles away from the way that Warhammer 40,000 works today. So
No, it's going to seem very familiar. It's not a move to something like Age of Sigmar,
Objective
where every unit
capture?
hits or wounds on a fixed number. or
They
something
might
like
tell
that.
us.
Maybe.
They might tell
Instead,
us.
it's still
Listen.
very similar to what you'll remember or recognize from Warhammer 40,000 today. But the ranged weapons and melee weapons and things like that have been moved into their own profile. You'll notice that attacks and ballistic skill and weapon skill and strength.
yeah, they still
those-
exist. They're just attached to the weapon
They're moved
rather
into the
than
weapon.
about the fighter.
That allows us to do a wide variety of things with the way that the units are designed, such as something like chainswords
Oreo
or
cookie, I like that.
a Space Marine captain's power fist versus a Space Marine sergeant's power fist. Those things can all be somewhat different.
Lou,
and they
nothing
can
on
reflect the way
horse
the
or
individual
heresy
models
demons
work
now.
rather than being hard tied to the individual model's attacks or strength characteristics.
So we've
so on and so
got a
forth.
few questions in the chat about OC.
there-
Do you want to
OC.
talk a bit about that?
Here we go.
Objective control. So OC effectively
right.
establishes the value
Yeah,
that each
yeah.
model in a unit has if it is within range of an objective marker.
Okay.
So a unit of 10, now things like objective secured is a
Boom!
those are
Nailed
gone.
it.
Instead, it's reflected with the individual units. Each model may have a different objective control characteristic. So each term again is worth effectively 2 points.
I
if it's
like
within
that.
range of an objective.
That's really.
Whereas
That's
awesome.
a nice.
Maybe
That's a
bigger
nice
or more
change.
That's
'cause
awesome.
I'm
That's
a,
fucking
I'm a
awesome.
giant
Just never
intercessor,
received
and
either
this
one.
tiny
It also
termagant's
means
stopping
things
me.
like Knights, which
Have a
was
much higher
particularly
Like now.
struggled with objective control.
Yep.
Can actually now count as lots of.
Yo,
they
my
obviously get
knight
quite high
players. This is for
One
you.
grot doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, their numbers
This
can
is
be
awesome.
like 50.
The way we design models
This is
for
awesome because you can also
again,
probably
when you
manipulate
look at
this
things
with
like what is
powers.
optimal
This is
and
awesome.
Some of the folks
Yeah.
who play the game
Yeah.
at some levels focus on. Instead, you can go, well, this unit may not have the same damage output as another unit, but it's much, much better at grabbing.
That's
objectives,
I love
which
that.
still
This is
remain a
great.
very
I
key part of
imagine
the
This
This
game.
is
already,
gonna be
this though,
relatively cheap,
I have to
right?
say,
That's
already
probably
proved
one of
some
the
of the
cheapest
rumors wrong
gonna
because
cost
there
the
was a
same as
rumor
the
that
player.
toughness wasn't going to be a thing anymore. They're going to go full Age of Sigmar on it.
Absolutely, which is exactly
I'm
what
glad they
Tournaments
kept
tend to do.
toughness.
And we've done some things.
I'm
to
gonna
make
guess
these
it
units actually
keeps the
reflected in
current
their
40K
data sheet
scheme and
abilities
doesn't go
in a
back
very
to the
interesting
heresy
way that
scheme?
reflects how
No,
they
it definitely
Even
doesn't
though
go back to heresy.
I
scheme.
really preferred the heresy scheme,
The abilities actually
personally.
reflected that. In the case of the scuttling term against it, are very sneaky. Can
And there we go. There's your
When you
war
get within
scroll
9 inches of a
ability
unit,
from Age
Yes.
of Sigmar.
it's to move
Yep.
in
So that's
reaction.
very
It sounded like
reactive
to
compared
me
the
reactive.
current
And
edition.
there's
that
a
they
ton
said
of
there'll be
addition of
6
reactive
faction
abilities, and reactive
stratagems.
stratagems and reactive.
Yes.
Data
And the
sheet
6
abilities
faction
into the game,
stratagems
so you're playing
change
a lot more of an
depending on
per
what you're
faction
during
playing.
the turn.
Yes,
There's
I
less
do like
phases.
that.
And there is a greater.
I wonder how big
investment
the
in
units
abilities
are.
and stratagems
Are they
that
going
work during
to
your
dial
opponent's
back
turn,
unit sizes?
so that the game
Ooh, yeah,
itself is
because
keep them
nothing
the
here
same.
actually says that.
play.
Yeah.
It's very true.
A couple of people noticing slight differences in the stats. So I think one of the things worth saying is that because this is a re-indexing of the game, we've also had the opportunity to look at the things like durability and strength and how common AP is across the entire
Oh yeah,
game.
AP's gone.
Two major changes.
Flesh Spores
that
were
we're focusing
AP1.
on that. One, in
Yeah.
general,
They were, yeah.
lethality is down. That
I'm
doesn't
glad
mean that
they
it's
got rid
lethality
of it,
down
though.
in general.
Remind someone of additions
Good.
moons ago.
You still don't want to stand out in the open in
Nick,
front
you're
of a
probably
devastator
going to get
squad.
shot in the open if you do stand in the open. But the game is going to be a little bit less lethal than it is today. Cover is going
That
to work
is
a little
good.
bit differently. We're going to talk about
AP
all
is
of
a
this
little
stuff
bit
over
rarer.
time. AP is a little
Thank
bit lower
God.
on
Oh my
average.
God.
And then there's also a stratification of strength and toughness when it comes to larger monsters and vehicles. Today is very much the case where you tend to see very few things that are different from, like, for instance, toughness 7.
Yeah, you cap
And
out
so
at about 8, don't you? It's
you do
very, very
7 or
rare
8.
to have anything that's higher than 8.
So if your army has a large amount of access to strength 8 weaponry, strength 7 weaponry, it really is able to wound almost anything in the game pretty reliably, and that's no longer going to be the case. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, Eddie, but there definitely is a much, much higher level of toughness.
Well, there's vehicles that have toughness higher than 10.
Or there's vehicles that have toughness higher than 11.
There
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
And what that does is it creates a much better stratification of the game so that having dedicated role units to
Ooh,
deal
the
with
Land
different
Raiders toughness
threats is
12.
much more of a real component, as opposed to, gosh, I sure have a lot of strength 8 in this army. I guess I wound everything on 3s or better. And so that it kind of brings back not
thank
quite the
God.
same as armor values of back in the day, where certain things couldn't hurt anything, but a much more robust robust stratification.
Yeah,
of the
so
different
you
types of
couldn't, for
units.
example, I'm just going to invest heavily in plasma, and that's going to solve the game for me because I've got all the 7 and 8 strength I need.
Yep, because while toughness went up on many units, in many cases, strength did not go up on many weapons. So a plasma gun has not changed materially in its strength. Its AP might have even changed downward, whereas the units that used to be wounded on 3s by a supercharged plasma gun I may only be wounded on a 5 by them.
Wow, that could be big.
All right.
Substantial changes involved there, and of course the data sheets, you're going to see many more of them in the time to come.
Oh.
Eddie, I know we won't talk too much about it so that you can talk all about it.
Yeah, so we will cover loads and loads of the rules over on the community site.
And boarding actions. We haven't forgotten
about you. A couple of other
you.
things that are worth talking about. Boarding actions and boarding patrols from the latest Arcs of Omen books. They are compatible with the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. So if you've been collecting yourself a little 500-point combat patrols
Okay,
to
thank God.
infantry,
They're only going to invalidate all the other books that you bought, not these ones. Don't worry.
So you can take all those recently constructed armies with you.
I agree, Lou. Yeah, Knights at
All of the
like a
boarding
12
rules
plus
that are in the
toughness, something
Arcs of Omen books are
crazy
fully
would be
compatible.
really
They
good.
were designed to be that way, so that if you've been investing in those books,
Make it where you want to take the big
rules
knights
themselves,
and not just tons
none
of
those are
armigers to actually
invalidated
play
by
the
rules
army.
in the new edition. They haven't been taken away. It's not a short-term use. They'll be usable well into the future.
Yeah, which is really cool. And then there is another interesting way to play Warhammer 40,000. So
Thank
Combat
God, 'cause
Patrol
that shit costs
is a
money.
new thing in Warhammer 40,000, a brand new way to play the game. And the way that this works is different from the way that Combat Patrol works today. The way it works is that you pitch Combat Patrols against each other. So the way you choose your army
Okay.
is you pick up any of the Combat Patrol boxes that
So
we
just
make.
purely play
and
the
that
Combat
is your
Patrol.
force. You can build it however you want out of that box, and it is balanced and pitched against other Combat Patrols
Ooh, I don't know
in
about
a
the
similar way that
balance.
you might play something like Kill Team, where you have a preset list of units. The rules for Combat Patrol are a little bit different from Warhammer 40,000, so maybe
It's not gonna
slightly
be
simpler
balanced.
No.
places. There might
But
be
I
some
like,
access to
but you know
It's
what?
not gonna be
I
balanced.
like
But
the idea that
fundamentally,
you can
you
play
are
this.
playing
Here's your
Warhammer
box. I
40,000
can go
at
and
a
play the
very
game rather than
accessible
here's the
level. It's
box.
really cool for
Now
a
go
couple
get
of
another box. Then go
reasons.
get 3
One
of
them is
these.
that if you want to
To be
start your
fair,
army, it gives you a very,
back in
very
like 4th and
accessible
5th
way
edition,
to,
your Battle Force boxes were
try
enough to
them
play
out.
the
Yes,
game.
they
So
were.
they had
Don't
an
need to
HQ,
put yourself together
a Trooper
2,000
2,
points worth of models
a
before you can start
transport,
rolling dice
and
have
like a
satisfying
support
game.
model.
Yeah, it
And
was
was
an
only
army
like
for all
70,
intents
and it was like
purposes.
$75 a box. It was like your
game
first
balanced
500
against lots
points.
of other
Yeah.
armies.
Now it's like
And the other thing is that if you
$130 a
like
box,
to dip
and
into
it's
lots
like
of different
300
forces, so
points,
you're a kind of
and
hobby
it feels
butterfly, I
terrible
suppose, you know,
because it's
I
just
like
a
playing
bundle of
Chaos,
the
but I
units
also
they
like
struggle
more
to
kind of
sell.
Yeah.
those new
They're
Elven
showing
Like
some
armies.
Phobos
videos.
I like a
Marines.
bit of
It's the
this.
20-year-old way
Then
to
you
play
can jump
40k. It was
between
the
lots of
20-year-old way
armies.
because
Again,
back
Yeah.
then you
you
could
can
actually
necessarily
legitimately
collect
play.
full
If you could do that
forces,
now,
with Combat Patrol.
now you could at least
I
get
think
new
nuance
players.
and
Because let's
context
face
are
it, you're
everything
not.
for me on this one too, because
You need
when
to
we
get
even
new
talk
players
about the
into
differences
games,
between Combat
and it's
Patrol and
Heresy's a
full-size
tougher sell.
40K game,
Absolutely,
they're very,
40k is a
very
little easier.
nice.
But if I can
They're
get you into one
architecturally
game,
the
I could
exact
try to
same
get you
game.
in the other
And
ones in
what
general.
you might see as a change is
You
because
know,
Combat
it's more
Patrol is meant to be
skirmish.
both,
It might not be a
streamlined,
skirmish
easy
game,
to play,
but more
and also
skirmish
accessible
style,
to
and those are
players.
easier
Right,
to get
more
people
skirmish
into.
You have a
friendly.
unit that has
Yeah.
2 data sheet
Yeah.
abilities,
See,
A and B.
I said this
and they
elsewhere,
are relatively simple in
um,
the Combat Patrol.
one of the biggest
When it moves up
obstacles
to
to
the
someone
full-size
starting
40K,
a
that
game
same data
is the
sheet is
perceived
gonna have
bias.
basically the
Yes.
same
And if
abilities, but
Combat
maybe a little
Patrol
bit more
proves
robust
to
or more
actually
broad
be
sweep.
robust,
Sweeping for the full-size
that
game,
perceived
it's not gonna
buy-in
be
is a lot
completely different
lower.
abilities,
Yes,
so
if you
Combat
can
Patrol
play
is
it and
gonna
have
very
fun with it, then
easily
we can do it.
navigate
That's
into full-size
a lot of my
40K,
other
but it's
games.
built
You know,
and being
Conquest is a big
actively
one that I do right now.
balanced
But my other
pretty
games are
aggressively
skirmish
every day by the
because,
studio,
yeah,
so that
theoretically a
whatever
box
Combat
and I'm
Patrol you
good.
want,
I can go
and the rules
more
will
if I
be free
want.
as well,
It's
and will
not.
evergreen
You
be
better
free.
buy a whole lot more before you even start.
You buy that Combat Patrol, it is
Yeah.
built to be played against all of the other Combat Patrols the way it is out of the box.
Will Evergreen
really,
be free?
really
Keep
nice
them to
new way
that.
of
Keep
playing
them to
the
They
game.
better be.
We've got one question.
I'm
that's
pretty
popping
sure
up
they
a
said the
lot
same
in the
thing
chat. I
about
just wanted to
Sigmar
answer
back in
is
the
there's
day,
some
and now
questions
good
there about
luck.
Forge World rules. Forge World models for Warhammer 40,000 will also get free
Good.
data sheets.
I was
that you can use in the new
so
edition.
I was
here was
worried
my
about that.
worry
You've got your,
because I play custodians and like
Gargantuan Squid off.
75% of our stuff
It's a
is
great
Forge
kit.
World.
I mean,
Yeah.
well,
Who's gotta
of
love
course
it?
Eddie
A
brings up
large
the
portion of our
Gargantuan
stuff
Squid.
is Forge
That's
World,
one of the things we
so-
talk
You can
about
still
all
Okay,
the time.
You
good.
can still use it.
Good.
So all Forge World rules will be taken care of. They'll be free, of course, just like all the index rules are.
This is
on
the
day one.
longest one of these they've
It's
ever
worth
done.
mentioning we have a
They
new
lose you
app.
almost
Yeah.
exactly 1 hour.
It works 100%, which is one of the important
They've
things
been
we're
doing
excited
a
about.
little over
is
an
a
hour and a
fully
half. I guess
functioning
because they're
builder.
like, hey, we got
All
a
of the
brand new
rules
edition.
available
I'm
again,
surprised
all
they did that.
points
I
free,
really thought they
digital
would
on
save
day
that
one.
for like their own
And so we're fairly
special
excited
day,
about
but I guess
all
they
of these new
thought
things that are coming
Adepticon's
forward.
big enough
It
and
should make the
important
game
enough that
more
they wanted a year.
accessible, and more easily gotten into than than ever before. If you play today, you will be able to play fully with no
Lou,
caveats or
your solo
asterisks
ox are
on
always
day one
welcome in
of the
boarding
new
actions.
edition.
Just bring them.
One of the questions that's popped up quite a lot, I just wanted to address, is Crusade. So Crusade is absolutely, definitely still a part of Warhammer 40,000.
Very, very big part of it.
There will be some ways to, if you've been crusading for the past 3 years and you've had a good time, you've taken
Never
your
once.
troops through all sort of battlefields to the
Crusade,
distant corners of
not
the galaxy.
once.
There will be some ways to port that army
you-
into the new edition. Which is
Are you
pretty
trying
cool.
to show us your microphone
there will
there,
also
buddy?
be some brand new expansions for
No, I
Crusade,
had to like
so,
sneeze.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
The new edition
I
starts
want to
with
sneeze
fourth
into the
tyrannical war.
camera.
God bless you,
Yeah,
Dan.
you're right.
A
Just
little bit
sneeze
of
straight to the
Where
mic,
some
not
of
the
the first
camera.
Crusade expansions might go, but if you enjoy Crusade, and lots of people do, there is still definitely.
I didn't want to be like.
No,
show
that's
a
fine.
sneeze
I just
face.
thought it was weird. I thought you were like, I'm tired of this life.
The previous edition.
Get out
I
of
don't
here.
think it's going anywhere.
Crusade, nope, I'm done. Goodbye.
Tell your students tomorrow they get to watch a movie
narrative,
because we kept
whether
you up
it's in
late.
organized plays, we start to connect.
I'm
more
still
narrative
grading.
to that all sort of globally, or whether it's
Oh,
of course
okay.
in the revitalization and release, effectively Crusade 2.0. But we don't want to spoil everything on just the first preview. We'll give
Spoil
You
it.
gave
on-
us-
team all the
I'd
time.
honestly, I'd always
All
rather
this
everything
excitement.
spoiled. I want to know like
Needs to
everything.
come.
Yeah, so new edition of Warhammer 40,000 will be coming in summer. We have a few weeks and months yet before we get there, so keep checking out warhammercommunity.com. You can sign up to a newsletter
When does their
to find out
fiscal
all the
year
news as
end?
it happens.
Uh,
We've got loads of
July?
stuff to show you, including
July.
pictures,
It
talking about all the new
ends
rules
a
we've
week before
mentioned in
Horse
loads
Heresy
more
released
detail.
last year.
All the
Okay,
new
so
rules,
we'll get
everything
this a
about
week
it.
before it then this year.
Follow
Yeah.
along on warhammercommunity.com. And, yeah,
'Cause
Well,
they're gonna do
Heresy
this for the
opened.
big push.
Heresy
All night long.
opened
Thank
this
you for
year.
getting up so early or
Okay.
so late,
Start
depending
strong.
upon your
Yeah.
personal time zone, to share this time with us. To share the excitement with us.
All right,
We've
sounds
actually
like
done it
they're
twice now.
they're
Once live for
ending. They
Adepticon,
might
once live for all of you.
they
Don't do
might
it.
show us something.
Yeah,
Did you
sure.
have a favorite? Obviously, the new Warhammer 40,000 is pretty cool.
I'm gonna
Did you
turn
have,
them
like,
down for a
favourite
second
thing
because
in
I
the
don't care to them
previews we
to
had?
say thank you for
I was a
watching.
big fan of the Lion.
It's pretty cool.
It's always cool to see when a primer comes up. But honestly, I'm going to tell you that the Seraphon,
Yeah.
I mean, they scratch an itch for me that connects to everything from, classic movies of
All right,
yore
so
to,
he's got an itch for Seraphon.
owning every single
Good
dinosaur
My
book
wallet
and,
is
it's
so
one of the armies that I'm actually-
wrecked.
Wait, why?
My wallet is thankfully
What?
safe for now.
Just one-
Okay, if you
suffice to
go on
say,
their
it's
website right now,
exciting.
it's in every language imaginable.
Yeah, it's going to be really good times ahead for every
Warhammer preview or
Yeah,
Warhammer Community?
Warhammer
or?
Community. They released it,
Thanks,
and
all.
they have it in like 6 different languages right now. The thing about the new edition
No problem.
of
See you
40K.
guys.
They want to make sure that you
Yeah.
know.
Okay, we're good. All right, so
Yeah,
let me turn off the stream.
Yeah, you can turn off the stream there for a moment.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm trying to reload their thing. Unfortunately for Heresy, we got like
Oh wow,
nothing.
they have 30,000 viewers on their stream. That's cool.
Realistically, we got. Oh yeah, so it's showing right here. It's all the different languages. All those were pulled up on their thing. All right, so we have a book for Heresy. It looks like it's got better missions. I'm happy about that. They could do some progressive scoring and all, so that's a good thing at least. Let me shrink this back down a little bit from where I had it.
I would like to take this opportunity to remind everyone
There we
that
go.
we were told that 8th
July
edition
1st.
was the final edition of 40K.
Never. Why would you spread such rumors?
Yeah, no one believed that.
I
That's what
almost
they
did
told
because I
us.
thought they were going live style, which I would have liked better, but they didn't. Okay, so they got a new edition of 40K. That's great. 30K we didn't get really much. The Seraphon do look cool. I like what they did with those.
I
I'll be
like the
interested.
gaunts.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with this new edition. Exactly what it looks like, because obviously it sounds nice so far, but their job is to hype it up. I want to see if any of that is real. I do hope it is legitimately 6 stratagems. I hope
So
it worried
So it's going to
me.
be
Let me-
6
let me
for your
ex-
faction
no.
and 6
Yeah.
generics to make 12 total.
So
which
this
is a
is- this
very
is-
manageable
I'm
pool.
happy
I
about
may.
that if that's true.
So this reminds me when they were talking, because I play demons, this reminds me of Codex Bellicor or Codex Demon,
Yeah.
where you have 6 general, not 6, but you have general stratagems that are for all the demons. And then if you choose Corn, you get additional 5 or 7 stratagems or whatever
Yeah.
it is. And that's it. You
Yes.
get that, the general for all the demons that everyone can use, and then specifically Corn ones. And I could see how that could be translated. For example, I play, the custodians, right? We have Shadow Keepers,
Surprised me.
emissaries, we have all the different shield hosts, right? I can see 4 generic custodian shield host stratagems and then 1 per shield host or 2 per shield host. That is so much better.
Yeah.
100% better than the 37 that we have.
I want to see when they say you're going to have less, what that truly means. Because I am a little worried that, like, oh yeah, you got your normal ones, and you got your faction ones, and you got your super special faction ones. Like I'm going to believe it's a small number when I get a book in hand or whatever, and they show me it's an
They
actual
claim
small
one
number.
page. They claim it's only one page.
Yeah. I bet you anything.
What's the size of that
stratagems-
print?
Yeah. I bet you anything that the stratagems that they are going to remove are going to be moved into the War Scrolls.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Well,
So,
like a
stuff
third of them are War Scroll specific. Like it's like, oh, your Venom throw stops them from falling back.
Yes.
Like remember, I don't know, Dave, you were watching the game against me and John, right? And my Wardens had that additional plus to like deny.
Yeah.
That would be a Warden trait done. You know, that's not a. So yeah.
Yeah. Mike, I have that. That's my concern. My concern is that, like, okay, maybe it's a small list, but when I get a book later, when you make me buy a book,
Lou,
are you going to add more and more?
1:30. You were out of your damn mind.
Nah,
We're not
Dan's
that
already.
far off.
Actually, it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm off, but I know Dan turns into a pumpkin. But I'm worried that when they put out another book, are they going to suddenly give more? Oh, Space Marines get their book. Well, hey, guess what? You guys get a couple extra stratagems. Oh, and you guys do too.
Point,
and then it just slowly stacks back up.
At that point, I wait for 11th.
That's honestly why I don't play 10th right now. There's too much
stratagem bloat. I don't like it at all.
Honestly, I wanted to see reactions. I think that is a brilliant system. I think it works very well. Is there problems with it? Sure. But I think it's a nice system because Age of Sigmar does that. You have reactions in Sigmar to some extent. When I charge you, if I get close enough, you get to one of your units gets to shoot me back. And maybe it's a little more restrictive technically. Because actually, even there, it's a little less. It doesn't have to be the unit you charged. It just has to be a unit that's within a certain distance of you. I think that's really good. I wish they would have went that route. Do that instead.
Did you see the gaunts basically have a reaction built in?
Let me scroll.
It is a reaction.
I'm sharing that right now. Skulking Horror.
If you finish a normal move, advance, or fallback move within 9 inches, that unit then gets to move D6 inches.
Yeah. Okay.
So if that's what a Termagant does, I imagine every unit has something they can do. Because a Termagant is almost as basic as a Guardsman.
But is that their goal? Is their goal that everyone gets something like that? Because I will say, if they start doing that, the game starts to feel a little overwhelming again. It's one thing to give me some special stuff.
Not if you have a physical card though for each unit. Because
that
it's
helps.
like, okay, here's like the 5 units I took to the game.
Yeah.
Here's my 5 cards to know, and it's with the units. I'm like, I know I have a stratagem somewhere in these 5 pages in the middle of the book before the Crusade rules, even though it's used in match play. Like, I hate the layout of the 9th edition books, I'm not going to lie.
By the way, so you know how you're saying
one.
it was a Castaferum Dreadnought?
It looked like that to me.
It is not. If you stop at 23 seconds on
it
the
has
trailer
the Primaris
video,
Dreadnought legs.
it is the Primaris Dreadnought like titty bolters that it has on the side.
Yep.
And it's got a last cannon and missile.
It's a Hellfire configuration.
Is that what it is? The support one is the Hellfire? Okay. It's a
so,
Hellfire.
Remember Dawn of War? They called it the Hellfire Dreadnought there.
I can't remember. Jesus. But no, it's literally the Redemptor version of the support Castaferum.
Okay. Let's talk for a moment about the heresy thing because that's our main thing. How disappointed are we? Are we happy?
I like it.
Are we disappointed?
So
I mean, it wasn't a tank. That's a positive thing.
Yeah, it wasn't
but there,
Jesus.
Oh shit, it's got paint all over my floor.
You had it open, didn't you? Just shaking it around.
I absolutely did.
Next time you do it, make sure you shake it towards the camera. I just want one little spot of paint right on it.
I saw it. I was like, yeah,
that'd be great.
So while Steve cleans up, honestly, I'm like, it's 50-50 split. I like the fact that there are 2 new consoles coming out. I like that there's a new version of a console. I like Zone Mortalis rules being solidified.
Don't know what they do.
True, but I like the fact that it's new. It's a
I like
that
Zone Mortalis will no longer be a White Dwarf article from 9 months ago.
Exactly.
That's a huge
it's
positive.
Codified. It's actually codified. And if Dave read the mission correctly, thank you. Please progressive scoring.
Yeah.
Please.
So as they said, there's 5 new core missions. There's 2 sets of missions. 5 new core, which offer more objective-based games used in match play, and 2 narrative-style Apex missions with special rules representing pivotal moments in Siege. The one that they show is called Take and Hold. And yeah, you get some points for holding along the turn.
I'm glad that the name describes what you do. Tide of Carnage does not read like a Tide of Carnage to me when you look at what the victory points are for.
Yes.
Take and Hold reads like Take and Hold.
Yes. Can't see on this the deployment stuff, but they give some. Sean, I agree. Yeah, if this comes in a little cheaper, I'm happy with that. This is still the kind of thing where also I feel like not everyone would need it. So if you have a couple copies around or something like that,
as long as you have like a store copy and like a home copy for like a third of your crew, you're fine.
Yeah, and then I think you could still do that because I'm always a big proponent of I'd rather buy the models. I think it helps the stores more. I think it helps the game more. If someone has the missions, then I'm happy. I'll buy models. You just buy, you grab missions instead. The person with strategic advantage. Oh, I zoomed in on one of them.
Is that how they define first turn?
That's what I'm checking now. In order to claim victory and take and hold, players must hold an objective marker in their own territory and capture one in their opponent's territory to accumulate victory points. That is the premise. They said, at the end of each player's turn, the active player gets 1 point if they control a single objective marker, 3 points if they control 2.
I assume we're going to be playing this one pretty soon.
Yeah. Actually, we can read it, so we can absolutely play this one. Strategic advantage. Here it is. Before beginning setup, the player should roll off. The winner gets strategic advantage. Okay. Objectives. Before any models are deployed onto the battlefield, each player must place a single objective marker anywhere in the opponent's deployment zone that's at least 6 inches from a board edge and not within any area of impassable terrain. So 2 objective markers total. Each person gets 1. So you get 1 if you can keep your own. You get 3 points if you can grab the other person's as well. Deployment. Once the objective is in place, the player with strategic advantage, so the person who won the roll-off, must select a deployment zone using the map determined, but deploy their entire army. The player without sets up afterwards. If there is no position where the controlling player can legitimately deploy one or more of their units, according to the deployment map for the core missions, the units are going into reserve. That's fine. If you can't fit them, they reserve them.
That's pretty standard.
Can't go into any previous style declared reserves. That's fine. Once both players are deployed, the first turn is begun. That's weirdly worded, but okay. The first turn, the player with strategic advantage takes the first turn, unless the opponent can seize, so you do get a chance to seize. Special rules has all the reserve mission special rules. The player with strategic reserves may choose to begin the battle with the night fight special rule. So the person who won the roll-off gets to choose. That's what this one says, yes. If you won the roll-off, you get the choice. I think they should have gave it to the person who didn't get the roll. But
well, yeah, I get the idea is you have a strategic advantage. You're picking the time and place. So I think flavor-wise, it makes sense.
I do. I just think game-wise,
balance-wise, it does. But
yeah, balance, I would like it the other way.
Flavor-wise.
Also, the website crapped out on me, so now I can no longer see. I'm trying to find this stupid Horus Heresy
you specifically got banned. You specifically got banned.
It doesn't load
it's
anymore.
there because there's so many people probably going into it. It's a little bit further down, but it is there. I'm showing it up, but I don't have it revealed to you guys. They get dedicated Zone Mortalis, 5 missions for that. Extra Imperial Fists and Sons of Horus rules for the characters and weapons that starred in it. Great swath of upgrades that can be used by any legion, from the Decarian tank commanders to the unstable Inducti.
Inducti would be the okay. So in case anyone here doesn't know, Inducti were the Marines that were not given the full proper Space Marine, basically onboarding process. They were the rushed production Marines used to replace the incredible losses.
As well has the advantage of counter deployment.
Dan, you shared a little bit of one of the Siege of Terra books where Fulgrim's like taunting one Imperial Fist on the wall. That's like, his arms and legs are blowing off. He's crawling towards his sword, right?
Yeah.
That guy is an Inducti. He's a Marine rapidly trained and bred just to put a body in a suit of power armor.
Huh. Neat.
Yeah. Sean, I agree. The person who sets up second can counter deploy. I agree. I think it would have been the night fighting could be like the guy who set up first. Oh yeah, I guess okay. He's set up. He's a shooting army. You can try to hide a little more, assuming you have good tables. If you have good tables, then yeah, I think then it can work really well.
A decurion is like a veteran sergeant or a second lieutenant. Oh my God. You know what this means? 30K is going to have the lieutenant marines, like 40K,
Well, notice
like where they released.
it specifically says Decurion tank commanders.
Oh, it's a decurion tank commander?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that is then. That's
That's what they specifically said.
The return of the dreaded Necron Decurion. If your monoliths are in a triangle, everyone inside gets a 5
I remember that. I
So
remember that.
make monoliths great again. I'm all for that. I don't
monolith.
know monolith.
Destroy that, and this is over. Charge.
That is true. Go back far enough. You kill the big thing. My whole army's gone.
That Dawn of War intro is like permanently in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
I think the stuff they show for 30K is nice. I would have liked something else, but again, tomorrow is Thursday. They might show us something cool then. I hope it's just not more stuff from the book. I do hope they show us something different, but it's a tank at Commander, tank HQ, which is nice. That's a nice way to do it. I'd be curious to see, because right now to really go tank style, you have to kind of go armored spearhead. I wonder if this is going to be a way to avoid it.
And then you have your master of armor.
Yes.
Yeah. So it could be like a second in command for the armored spearhead build?
Could
is
be.
That what you're thinking?
I'm thinking maybe it's
just
a way to HQ.
By the way, the website did crash for the heresy thing because I opened it up on Facebook for the link, and it's literally 429 rate limited. Wait a minute and try again.
Okay, yeah. So
people literally crash the website.
All right, yeah, I won't pop out of this then.
Do we have it? Is it for sure that it's a tank HQ?
It
I
says
can also see
it says from Decurion tank commanders.
Okay.
It says that here.
Oh, Sean's mentioning Sergeant Cronus from old 40K.
Yeah.
Maybe current 40K too. I don't remember. And
I
like
don't know if
Pask.
he's there anymore. Couldn't tell you.
Cronus and Pask both did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pask.
And now we have Longstrike that does that too. Actually,
yes.
Hammerheads.
Yep.
But if it's not a tank commander, I could also see it as being their way to get Centurion format.
Could be. Yeah,
Based
I guess
off the veteran Sarge / second lieutenant, because it's like not even Delegatus level, but it's not Zone Mortalis setup. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see, is that only a tank commander, or is it tank commander and hey, you can take them other ways, or what exactly it means. Same thing with the Inducti, like what exactly are they going to do? But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Sean's saying it's an upgrade to Predator Squadron. You can take it to a Monster Hunter. That would be cool. I think it's something they definitely need. I would also throw in Custodes Hunter as a special rule because they are monsters.
They are monsters. Battle report coming as soon as I can sit down and edit it.
It's disgusting. They're so disgusting.
Yeah. We'll have to try this mission out because it does sound cool.
Mm-hmm.
They do progressive, which is nice. Actually, I'm playing a game tomorrow. Maybe I'll just play this game. Maybe I'll play this tomorrow.
That'd be cool. You should come visit. You should come visit me for your game tomorrow.
I'm gonna be at Red Seal tomorrow.
Aww.
Yeah. I would otherwise if I didn't have tons of painting to do. Because Thursday's probably the night you guys normally do, but I work Thursdays until May. I work Thursdays. After May 9th, I stop working Thursday nights.
Okay. Thursdays and Fridays are 2 late nights, but I'm not saying late Friday.
Yeah,
I gotta be at 8 a.m. to set up Horus Heresy on Saturday.
That's
so
fine.
I'm not saying late on Thursday.
Did you ask? Are we recording?
Yes.
Okay.
We absolutely can record. I'm gonna talk to the boss man. See if we could take over the break room to stream, so that's a little more like closed off and not much background noise.
Okay.
Worst case, we just take one of the other corners and use the power outlets over there to plug in.
And by the way, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna cut this pretty soon. But yeah, you got a morning in the morning.
I'm excited, but I'm gonna head out.
No, you cut out. Yeah, we're gonna probably stop pretty soon anyway.
Be good, guys.
Sean, they recorded some battle reports at Dan's. What was it, like 2 days ago? 2-3 days ago. I have one tomorrow. I might try to record something from it. I had to see. I'm not gonna have the setup. It'll just be run off my phone, but I'm gonna see if I can at least get, as the turns kind of sweep through to kind of show what happens. We'll try to do this one. And then on for the event that we're doing at Toy Wiz on this weekend, we're gonna try to actually record a game out of there. So it'll probably be whoever I'm playing, just because someone's got to take care of the stream and make sure it runs. We usually don't live stream it because usually the way I have to do it, I intermix some stuff, but with this, maybe I won't. We'll see. But we do want to try something out of it and just see if we can get anything going, because I think that's a cool thing to start doing. Yeah, and if they're willing to have us do that, absolutely willing to try it. So I just have to make sure Dan makes got to bring us stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I will get on Dan's case. Like, Dan, make sure you bring stuff. Dan, you pack the stuff up yet?
Yeah, because most of it is at his house, because that's where we normally do it. So he has the laptop and the cameras that I have and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. A lot of exciting stuff. They showed a lot more things than I thought. I didn't think we'd get all that 40K. I thought we might get like one or the other, not both.
I'm surprised they didn't show off the Dreadnought and the Carnifex.
They're waiting on those. They must be waiting on that to be like, that's what they want to draw you in. They're probably going to do weekly articles. Whatever other day they want to do a weekly 40K article, and those are going to be some of the articles there and show you off those models.
Fair. What does it be, like 40K Fridays? Something like that?
That would
like,
rhyme.
Hey, look. Yeah, I mean, they have Heresy Thursday, which has an H in it. It's
stills plus narration. Thursday. Yeah. It might be some stills we're going to see. We're going to see what I can record. I'm going to try. I did actually record something else like that. I just have to try to cut it together and see if it works well. But I know it can, but I'm going to give that a shot. The guy I'm playing tomorrow, he usually runs Iron Wars. He sent me his list. I didn't look at it. I said, I'm just running what I'm bringing to the event and whatever painted state it's in. Which if I get up early enough tomorrow, will hopefully be much more painted.
Floaty Tentacle Tyrannid Psyker. Oh yeah, the Duve Malantai. I think that might be a return.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That would be kind of sick.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
That one flashed so fast, I barely read it. Like, whoa! And then like the next thing flashed, I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
God, I love Tyrannids. Best faction.
When I was gonna start a different faction, I looked at them for a bit and I kind of built some lists, and I was like, I just don't want to paint that much stuff, and I just went away from it. I still have a giant pile of Necrons sitting here that I got at an auction that I have to finish.
At least those you could just spray bolt gun and move on. They're like Iron Warriors, the scheme I do, but with even less steps.
Do I even have one of them around here? I thought I have some further over. No, my scheme, I do actually almost no metals on them at all. It's red for like shoulder type things. Airbrushed in this sort of blue, and then dry brush with like an ice gray on snow bases. So I have them around here somewhere, but I need to paint more because they keep lowering their points. And since they keep lowering their points, I don't know if I have a good 2K list anymore.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have the best stats and stratagems built into your army.
Hey, we had them pretty good
more army.
When 9th came out, we were pretty good, and then as new factions came out, got worse.
When 9th came out, they were balanced, and then they codex creeped, and they were no longer balanced. They were underpowered dramatically.
I mean, at least we finally get board-wide powers, because that was so stupid that our powers you had to be next to someone to use. So dumb. But all right, so we'll see what they do with that. Like I said, maybe tomorrow I'll suggest to him to actually try this one out because, hey, why not? They actually showed us a new mission.
Yeah.
We're not going to do. We'll probably either Hammer and Anvil or Dawn of War deployment. Just keep a nice and simple deployment rather than a weird one, because we want to make sure how does the mission work with something a little more standard. Plus, I mean, we'll see, but yeah, maybe we'll try running that tomorrow. And we'll see how that goes. But all right, we do want to thank everyone who did stick around, both either watched before or through now. Luckily, most things went off without hiccup, except when I switched to the zoom in camera and I forgot to put the audio attached to it, because OBS you have to redo every single scene, and I forgot about that.
Oops.
But we do thank you for this. We don't really have anything else coming out this week. Episode-wise, we didn't really record anything. Only if I also end up doing getting one of the battle reports done or something like that, or if I do something else. But we'll see. My hope is to maybe have something else out. But like I said, I got a bunch of painting I got to do first, because I don't know. I guess I thought it would take me less time. It didn't, but that's all right. I got plenty of time tomorrow and Friday. Luckily, I don't work this week, because if I did work, I'd be asking Grady to bring a different army instead. But in the card picture, top left, the floating Tyranid with tentacles like a toxic crane. Okay. The community page, Sean's saying they have floating Tyranid look like toxic crane. Isn't it new? So in the community page and the guard picture.
In the guard.
Okay, let me try to pull that up. Up, it's giving me rate limited. It's not going to let me get in there. Unfortunately, I can't get in. It might be. I don't know if you can get in and see it, but I actually can't get in.
They have three separate articles.
Can I look at it in a different language?
9th edition.
Hey, different languages are working. Where's this guard picture? Is it further down? Guard picture. Guard picture. No, on the one on the far left.
So we got Venomthropes and we got a Toxicrene.
Yeah, I don't think
those aren't new.
No, I don't think that's new. It's the build type that I don't think a lot of people use.
Yeah, he's not floating. He's obscured by the other smaller guys in front of him.
Yeah, I think that guy in front is covering up the rest of him. But no, I don't think he's new.
He's got a leg that it pins down a Terminator. That's definitely the existing kit. Impossible to store or transport because those arms just go everywhere.
Yeah, they're all just going to snap off on you. It's going to be real bad. All right. I think it's late enough. It's later than I thought it would be because they talked for a lot longer than we thought. So we are going to sign off at this point. Like I said, there might be something else out for us shortly this week. If not, next week we'll be back to recording something. I don't know what we're going to record next, but we're going to see. All right. Well, if this went, I think overall this went well, so we might try to do some more of this or something else like this in the future as well. So on behalf of everyone here at the show, then, have some good hobbying and some great gaming.
Be good.
All right.